animal bro, or he's gonna be the demon possessed bro.
I'm sick and tired of animals. We have too many animals. No more animals.
You've been in this party for like 4 sessions.
No, there's too many animals. See, look, you have a Birdman animal.
We're building
Animal.
an army.
You have an elf animal.
Yeah, Augustius is going to become Lord Garethos, but for animals.
you have Jason animal. I mean, like the only non-animals are
Dude, let it be known.
Benson,
only
Benson,
important people care about animals.
Yeah, only Benson, Augustius, Fizz, and Brother are the only non-animals of the party.
At least he's not calling us farm equipment with that accent.
I did tell you guys I'm streaming. So maybe don't.
It'd be really funny with a Foghorn Leghorn accent, though.
It would be really funny to get mass reported. You're right.
It really would be. In a really quiet voice, I go.
I say that is against the terms of service.
True.
I do declare I hate working with these creatures.
Yeah, animals.
That's like a reskinned version of some tower defense map, and it's just a bunch of animals.
They were animals, I say, and I slaughtered them like animals. And not just the men, but the women.
I knew he was doing an Anakin moment. All right, so in the last session, you guys managed to resolve the question, at least partially, of who gave the frog, the strange accursed frog, to the ailing master, and the high priest Ulrich. You also interrogated / interviewed / acquired information from the head guard and the captain of the guard. And so when you did that, which was in, of course, his office, Captain Gilroy did end up giving you guys a fair amount of, some kind of information here, right? He sent you to investigate some patrols that may have seen, reported strange sightings or increased animal activity. And as you guys ended up going towards the sort of convergence point, the first step, if you will, the first thing that you moved towards, right, is eventually was a fallen axe beak that had been apparently, colonized by some kind of venomous snake. And overall, you also encountered a pair of the Sejari, the serpent men. They seemed a bit standoffish, but they did not attack you, and also did not quite immediately know how to respond to you in your tongue, but there was some strange magical channeling that none of you had ever seen before, but that did allow one to communicate with you. You ended up finding more fallen axe beaks, and eventually Benson decided to remain behind to speak to a suspicious steed that was standing amidst the path. It was one that the rest of the party had elected to more or less save for later, leave behind, and only Benson, and of course Brother, remained to go look at it. So that is pretty much a very quick slapdash summary of everything. There was also a lot of laughter in the last session, so I don't know how much of it you guys all remember, but it was pretty silly at the end. Anything I left out that anybody wants to focus in on? Anything that I neglected to mention that is important?
You didn't mention suck time.
I don't remember that.
Probably for good reason.
You don't remember the suck?
No.
I don't remember the suck, and I don't want to. Whatever it was, it sounds awful.
You need to go back and watch that clip, my friend. That was fucking hilarious.
I just remember sleep, and endless laughter for like 15 minutes.
And then you guys tried to... Yeah, you guys tried to nut up, and then you found out that there was supposed to be a puzzle, and then...
Yeah, and everybody was like, "Oh hell no, that's it, we're done."
Dude, I just want to say that
the DM was
I want to say that my party members heard the word puzzle and they got so fucking intimidated. Not a soul was ready to clutch up for the party. Not a soul. Everyone was like, "Oh shit, a puzzle."
No, I would see. The rest of you, especially Three Crow, bless his heart, was not in any condition to handle a puzzle. I love puzzles.
Oh
I was
shit!
in perfect.
Give me the puzzle.
condition.
Give me the puzzle.
Damn.
Wait, your daddy
Yo, now that's an intelligence saving throw.
Yeah.
Damn right it is.
Or can I
Only
charm
a
the
+2
puzzle?
on a saving throw? Is it supposed to be
I'm gonna
get
charm
+2?
the.
on a
What
saving?
the fuck?
Dude, he charms the puzzle. Crazy.
Wow.
I have a
It's
plus
not
5
my
to
day,
charisma, and I get a super low roll. Come on.
What do you mean? You got a 16? That's pretty high.
Yeah, it needs to be higher.
That's
I need to
true.
pump those numbers up.
That's
How
true.
bought this? Oh, I can't.
Jason, you can't run off and go chase after the bodies all by yourself. So we
What do
kind
you
of
mean?
ended
That
on
gives
a,
me all the time.
Yeah, that is true. We kind of ended on a bit of a cliffhanger here because in the forest, you guys had all investigated yet another fallen axe speak, but as mentioned, Benson he busied himself with this business of speaking to a steed that identified himself as formerly belonging to Heron Call. So only Benson is aware of this, and that's more or less where we left off the session. So really, the question is, while Benson was speaking to the steed, were you guys actually moving around to go and take a look at some of the, the other sources of foul smells off to the side? Along this eastern pass, or were you linking back up with Benson? That's the question.
Augustus
Jason would
is
want to look
not
at the
getting
body.
off the spider.
What did you say, Augustus?
He is not getting off the spider, so he goes wherever Fizz and the Birdman have taken the spider.
Okay. What about Jason is basically going to move over to the side. Is Lucy following? Looks like Mithridates
Yeah,
is following.
Mithridates will follow
Okay,
because he believes in the buddy system.
that's right.
Okay, Big Bird. What
So
are we doing?
yeah, that's the question. You gonna follow Jason and Mithridates?
We're gonna go after Benson.
He's gonna follow Fistjaw.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, as you all start to maneuver your way over yonder, the party, besides Benson, will come up upon the site of what seems to have been some kind of melee. Jason will be searching the first bandit he sees, and will be attempting to figure out what had transpired here, while the rest of you sort of just look upon the aftermath. There's not an immediate sign of struggle in this exact vicinity. Jason, you especially will be noticing that these men seem to have died from their wounds or been moved here posthumously, one or the other, because they are not in any position to have been fighting at this point. There's no sign of struggle. There's no torn, pieces of a body or of equipment. There's not even any sign of what kinds of weapons these humans may have used, but you can identify them as being human and as have suffered a lot of miscellaneous injuries, some of them less life-threatening than others. There's, puncture wounds from different animals, and of course claw marks, big gashes, and there is a suspiciously shaped, incision in a couple of spots on their bodies, on their torsos in particular. Looking over the axe beak as well, you're able to see quite a lot of dried blood on on the fallen creature's beak. So you can surmise that certainly that had something to do with their demise. But overall, you can't be certain that they were actively fighting at this point. In fact, there's almost a part of you that wonders if these forms haven't been deliberately arranged. There's definitely a variety of animal wounds there, so it's not only the axe beak.
Hang out. Also, what do I find on the corpse?
There's no solid surviving pieces of gear. Everything that they must have carried with them into battle, you imagine, has been removed from their person.
All right. Jason will say to the party, "It would seem that we're not the only ones getting torn apart, but who are feuding with the animals. Perhaps Varsalin has taken a disliking to the bandits around these parts now."
I'd like everyone to know that while I was playing games on my PS5, that heated up my Pop Tarts to a pretty good temperature.
Very nice.
Other than that, Shoulder has nothing to add.
Thank you, Shoulder.
Well, speaking of shoulder, Jason will say, "Perhaps you should put your skull up to one of these boys, see if they have any soul left in them."
Will Shoulder want to do that?
Shoulder will look at Jason and will say, "Well, might as well stay consistent."
Well, are you?
Does that
How
mean-
does he do it?
What are you doing?
What does that mean?
Because he does that to everybody he sees.
Oh.
That's my guess.
Augustius witnessing the possible mutilation of a soul right now.
Well, he doesn't know that, but he could probably surmise something weird happened.
That the bird is doing to the body, or that has already happened to them?
The bird. Because Jason just said, maybe you should put your skull that you've been trying to use on people against a human body now.
Oh boy.
Or on animals.
Yeah, but he's not actually mutilating the soul, isn't he? Just sending it to Jurgle where it's supposed to go.
Oh, that's true. This is probably actually a kinder fate.
Yeah, you're an instigator.
Man, don't give Augustius like cause the fuss. Go fuss.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Does anything happen with the man?
There's a faint sort of remnant almost, as if there is a bit of energy for your skull to latch onto. There's a very slim glow that pours out of its eyes. The body, however, does not stir. It seems that whatever spiritual energy still resides within this vessel is very diminished. Not that it's already moved on, but that it's been reduced in some way. It goes without saying, this is the first time you're encountering such a phenomenon.
What does
Is
that
there like
skull do?
is there an Arcana check I can make on that?
You can try to roll Arcana, sure.
Damn, nice.
Shoulder, as far as you can tell, whatever assuming magic was responsible for such damage to the spirit, it would have to be magic that is incredibly powerful. Or while you're not the most well versed on the subject per se, you have always gotten the sense that souls are particularly difficult to break or to mitigate in any capacity. It's one of the reasons why your brand of bardic magic is so potent at investigating.
Shoulder will respond to Augustius's question and will say, "So, as far as I have been able to tell, this skull collects souls of dead entities that have not passed on. And in return for helping them pass on, making it easier, at least I hope, I can use that power in forms of magic. Like that time that I teleported Kyle."
Pardon, did you say you hope?
Well, it sends it to Jurgle. And I'm assuming Jurgle is doing the right thing with it because I'm assuming they all end up with Jurgle anyway. It just makes it easier for them. I don't know.
Remind me, the Jurgle is the god of the dead.
Yeah, he's Well, you say it like that, it sounds bad. He's like a good god of the dead.
Right. Yes, of course. A good god of the dead, of course.
He will turn and place his skull against the bird.
Under his breath, he'll say, "What have I gotten myself into?"
The bird seems to be in a similar state as the bandit body.
Shoulder will step out and he'll say, although something is horribly wrong, the souls they're there, but they're weakened. They're like broken. It goes without saying that is incredibly hard to do, and not something I've encountered as long as I've had this skull of mine. Just to double check or triple check, he will go up and do it to him.
The Shoulder says that Jason wanted to make a religion check to see if that would be a power unique to a godly monstrosity like Versalin, or if a lesser servant would be able of doing that.
Well, if you want to roll with inspiration, you can add whatever second religion check you make to your 7.
I don't want to use my inspiration for that.
Okay. To the best of your knowledge, such power is beyond most, it's not really something that's quite advertised as a power of many deities. However, you're not able to say much more than just, if it is within any particular god's power, it would be something that would be a somewhat closely guarded secret, and as a result, would probably not happen too often. That's your best guess.
All right. I don't like the sound of this, ladies. Broken souls bodes very poorly for us. Should we find ourselves in trouble?
You'll get the same result in the third body as you expected now, Shoulder. A very diminished portion with no real stirring from the form that houses it.
Shoulder will return to Kyle. He would also like to make his own religion check, even though he will probably know much less. Well,
That's correct. That is correct.
That
Yes.
is a nat 1. That is canonical.
You indeed are in a position where it is difficult for you to know much of anything.
You think Jurgle wipes his ass with broken souls?
You don't think you've even heard of a broken soul before?
What the yo, elf? You know anything of that can crack a spirit?
I have never heard of such a thing.
Jason believes you regardless of how true that was.
It's 100% true.
Yeah, but
Madridates is only skilled in the breaking of bodies.
Got him.
Eh,
Fucking got him. All right.
Jason will say, one moment.
Jason will say one moment. All right.
Beautiful.
Well, Benson, we're going to catch back up with you while we wait for Jason to return, since it seems like they'll be on their way to you anyway. So you were just finished sort of discussing, like, figuring out basically that this steed used to belong to Heron Call. And it approached you talking about how the work must continue despite the absence of its master. So what is your retort to such a statement? And also, beholding the creature's, ghastly, green flamed form, do you have much of a reaction to that, or, do you stand your ground more?
So when it says the work must continue, obviously it means the work of Heron Call, right?
That's a safe assumption to make based on, he's like, the wording was more or less, you have taken my master, but the work must continue. So it's pretty like causal link, right? Of like, he mentioned Aaron Call and then mentioned the work.
Vincent is at first a little taken aback, but he steels himself and, gazing upon this steed, he will say, I can appreciate your enthusiasm, brother. However, I must try to convince you. The work of your master was not good for you or this place. You ought to come with me. Join the beast of my party and help us do good.
The steed looks upon you with an intense gaze. It feels like fire even emerges from its eyes as the green envelops it in a quite nightmarish sort of scene. None of this fire seems to singe the air or warm your skin. It seems entirely of ill magic. Perhaps something that puts a sickening feeling in your stomach as you watch it sort of examining you. An undeniable amount of intelligence behind its eyes. And eventually, it replies, but the work was very good. Very good for me.
Indeed, I'm sure it was, brother. But do not be so narrow-minded. What if there's other work out there that would not only satisfy your soul, but bring about great change?
The steed seems to be pondering your request or your proposition, but then sets its gaze towards the southeast, where there's some distant stirring. There's a sound of discontent from the beast, as if it's unhappy with something in that general direction. It turns back to you. I should also mention that by now, Brother is very much kind of like cowering behind you, trying not to invoke the creature's ire. And as it sets its gaze upon you, there's a large sort of increase in the volume of its light. The light given off by its radiant green fire. From it emerges 3 orbs of light that matches the same color. They're not flame, it's proper light. And they are eventually followed by one final 4th one. These orbs seem to swirl around it for a moment, only for them to shoot off into different areas of the forest. Then it looks upon you more discreetly and says, we have no further time to speak. It turns away from you and begins to walk off, and this is as you hear this telltale sounds of your party approaching. At least that's what you guess all of the thumping is.
Vincent will take a step after it and say, before you go, brother, if you do seek a master, and he will fish in his pouch for a moment and then procure the ring of Heron Call, and he will say, let it be one who bears the mark of your former master.
The beast stops in its tracks as you procure the ring entirely, more overtly than before. And it turns its head round without turning its whole body to face you. And it says, I shall be in touch.
Well, in which case, brother, do be safe, and I ask that you do not torment the people of Sesten, not that you intend to, and perhaps we shall work together soon.
Without much of a second thought, the creature vanishes with no reaction to what you said.
Benson will look back to brother and pat him to reassure him a bit, and then kind of look around where those lights went out to see if anything is happening.
Okay. Can I get a perception roll from you? Okay. So the lights seem to have, disappeared into the canopies. There's no longer any, hovering or anything of the sort. And it seems that whatever they did in particular was enough to they didn't immediately beget some kind of reaction. The trees don't seem to be being lit aflame. There's no disturbance from the animals. You do notice some birds circling overhead, but you're not immediately certain if it's connected.
Well, in that case, Benson will turn towards the approaching group and be pleased to see his compatriots rejoining him.
Noticing that the horse is gone, Jason will say, Captain, is everything all right? Where'd the horse go?
Indeed, brother. Oh, go ahead.
Just quickly, I want to remind the party that you guys saw a more generic-looking warhorse that seemed to be quite well armored, but it was not wreathed in green flame as Benson eventually saw it. That was like a true form.
Yeah, it wasn't
kind of
until he
thing.
pulled out the ring, right? And
Yeah.
then
Yep.
it changed.
Exactly.
A fine beast it was, brother. But it was not meant to join us this day.
Was it evil?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. What are you sure of, Vincent, son of Ben?
Well, brother, I am quite sure that brother here could use something to eat. And I fish out a piece of jerky.
This does seem to calm Brother down enough for him to stop cowering.
Why is he so afraid?
That's usually a safe bet. He likes food.
Sometimes he fears his own hunger, brother.
Augustus raises a scaly iridge, and without having to need to roll an insight check, understand something is very wrong here.
Oh shit, the persuasion.
No, it should be a deceit check because he's clearly lying. Should not
Benson
be
thinks he's
persuaded.
telling the truth.
Yeah, that's right. You
No,
don't know
no.
that. Benson would have to succeed at an intelligence check first, and then he'd have to roll
He would
this.
have
Yeah.
to fail an intelligence check for him to be that stupid.
Wow, man, that is.
I had something good to say,
Okay,
but I was
fair. It's a
muted.
persuasion check now. The 11 stand.
Oh shit. Well, there you go. So,
Vincent,
yeah, go ahead.
I have never known a canine to be afraid of hunger. Evidence would lead me to conclude that your canine companion was afraid of the equine critter that you were speaking to.
Well, if you think about it, horses are just big dogs, so brother's not very big. Maybe he would be afraid of it.
Perhaps you have lived a life of abundance, brother. I know many a mortal creature that would fear hunger.
Oh,
Canines aren't one, Benson. I am much more perturbed by the fact that horse seems to have just up and disappeared. If
It's probably
in
evil.
if in what the Birdman says is true, and the horses are servants of this evil goddess, then it's probably not best to let them go out of sight.
Well, it seemed to go that way if you want to follow it. And Benson will gesture in the general direction, but not precisely towards where it went.
Yeah,
That-
let's go that way.
Might be a wise course of action. And I would request that you do accompany us and not wander off.
Say the very last part of that, it broke up a little bit for me.
Accompany us and do not wander off.
I'll be right here with you.
Good. Now then, my fine companion.
Horse
Yeah.
chase.
Yeah, we go off in the direction that Benson said the thing is, which I assume is the
That's
direction
usually
he's
what we
heading
do.
in, right? He is heading in the direction of the spider, right? Not in the opposite direction. I mean, not the spider, the horse.
The horsey boy.
The horse went left, yes.
I mean,
Wait,
that is the
the
direction
other way.
that Benson is going.
Yeah,
Why
but
he
is
went-
that? But you said
He
that
already
he
went that way.
pointed. Wait, you said he pointed the direction.
The
Which
the
direction
general
did
direction.
Benson point in? The general direction. Which
Yeah,
general
did he-
direction did
basically,
Benson
did
point
he
in?
point west or east? That's the question.
Yes.
He pointed west.
Okay, then good. I was worried that Benson pointed west and then was just or east and then it was just going
Why
west.
are we going that way?
Because he
why are
said
we
the
going-
horse went this direction and
That's
we're
a lie. Bro,
Well.
we went this way. Jason wouldn't be cool going that way when we've clearly been that way.
Yeah, but that's where the horse went.
Oh my fuck.
we're
Okay.
following the
All
paladin
right,
who
while
we
that
trust
was
is not
happening, Jason prayed to
deceitful.
Umberly to heal the fucking gator because apparently he's been wounded this whole time.
That'll be fine.
Fistjaw looks at you approvingly as he is healed.
Yeah, I gave him a little piece of meat while I did it too.
Oh yeah, he's in love.
Umberly
I,
doesn't wire gator.
Do we spot the Sajari up ahead?
Yes, they seem to be. Well, they're actually a bit further up than that, closer to the exit, but you still spot them anyway. They seem to be in some kind of silent communion with each other. They're not speaking, but they have their eyes shut.
Benson will try to kind of like sneak past over here.
There's no way we're sneaking past with two giant spiders, with a giant spider, a giant alligator, a metal armored behemoth, and five
This
I'm
is
sorry.
I mean, Benson might be able to sneak past. I don't see anything.
Yeah,
about
but you need to
guys.
tell your party not to follow because we're just gonna
Just
Take
walk right
them.
into it.
like.
I'm starting to get worried Benson's gonna kill us all one day.
I think Benson is fucking evil.
Imagine.
Benson will start looking around for tracks of the horse.
I'd like to argue that Kyle is very sneaky.
Why is he looking for tracks of the horse when the horse went that way?
Well, we obviously walked all the way over here. It's not here, so
Yeah, we're gonna go over there now. Okay.
All right, so
This
you're
is
gonna
gonna
give
be-
me
this is gonna
an
be-
investigation check. Okay. So, Benson, you look around for any sign that there has been a horse here, but instead, all you see is another one of the great birds flying overhead. Your eyes are kind of pulled towards it by the sudden sound of a shriek.
Shouldn't there be, horse tracks? And sure, cannot be a difficult matter.
That's what I'm trying to find, brother.
Oh shit. Mithridates, you survey the area with your trademark elven eyesight. There is no sign that there is a horse anywhere in this area, or ever was one.
It's a
not
slippery
here.
beast.
We can't find it. It's definitely not here, guys.
Also,
Wow,
this
that's very
to
helpful.
those lizard people.
Benson, I must inquire, with all sincerity, mind you, are you well?
well, I figured it would be easier than this to follow something, but it seems to be covering its tracks.
A horse covering its track.
Maybe it's not a regular horse?
First
Yeah,
we
if
have
they're agents of Ursulon, they're probably magic.
a dog afraid of its own hunger, and now a horse covering its track.
I mean, the frog ate a person, so.
Yeah, you know Fred.
Yes, I know Fred. We all know Fred by now. The whole world seems to have known Fred.
I didn't know him very well.
If it means anything, the horse didn't have a name.
Benson, I do not care to know the horse's name. It
Wait,
is utterly
wait.
irrelevant.
You talked to the horse?
Who cares what the horse's name is? Benson will just call him brother anyway.
Yes, true.
Hey, I didn't
Yes.
know Benson could talk to horses.
Mithridates says.
There it is.
Wait.
You can talk to
Yeah.
any animal you want, brother. They just don't always answer.
Yeah,
No. Yes, the Birdman is correct. That's not how things normally go, Benson.
Yeah, I'm the guy who talks to animals and mistakenly has them try and eat the guard captain. You know Fred.
Oh. If we can find this horse, perhaps you can talk to it, Shoulder.
That'd be pretty
Vincent-
cool. Except that they're evil and agents of Ursulon, so not very cool. I've already done that one
Vincent-
too many times.
I'm sorry, I thought you were. I
No,
didn't
you're
hear
good.
it. Vincent, how long have you been able to talk to animals?
I talk to brother every day.
No, Vincent. No. How long have you been able to understand exactly what they are telling you? As in, you have a conversation in the same manner that you and I are having one right now, in common and everything.
Benson looks at brother, and he looks a little confused.
Oh dear.
Brother also looks a little confused.
Are you understanding what he means, brother?
Brother sits.
It's,
Regardless of how long he's been able to speak with animals, the point being there's no horse here. Let's just get a move on, circle back, and see if we can find a trail from the start.
Now, before we do any of that, what exactly did this equine tell you?
I think you're misunderstanding me when I say I spoke to it, brother.
No, I
Hey,
understood
it
you
didn't do a lot of
perfectly
pushing
well.
back.
Alright, now he's lying.
Benson, please repeat to us.
I know he's lying.
You can't.
What?
You can't just
That
keep
is a
rolling
lie.
insight checks.
I will
That's 3
roll
insight checks in 3
50
minutes,
million.
dude.
I mean,
Because he did 3 different lies.
No, that's not how.
all you gotta do is ask him how he knows it doesn't have a name.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just about to do. That's exactly what I was about to do.
I asked for a name and it didn't give me one.
Yeah,
Well,
how precisely do you know your new mysterious equine companion has no name?
Who would name a horse?
plenty of horses.
Okay,
Everybody.
people do that all the time.
Everybody, yeah.
It would be more
Literally.
weird to find out it doesn't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Benson.
let me ask this. Shoulder, did Fred tell you its name, or did you name it?
No, sir. There will be none of this. You will answer my question directly. Answer me, Benson, right this moment, or I will cast Zone of Truth, and you will answer me by heaven or hell.
For reference,
How
Shoulder
do
did name Fred.
I-
did ask Fred for the name.
I don't know, brother. I didn't actually ask it for its name. I was being facetious.
Don't use big words.
So you did not indeed talk to the horse as you just claimed you spoke to it.
Benson is being really weird today.
Today.
He sounds like Jason.
Benson?
Is that supposed to mean a fucking crow-looking freak?
What's a crow?
You
Augustus
big
does
dumb
not
idiot.
at all like the fact that Benson is not answering him directly and immediately.
Give me a quick. I need a quick timeout here. How did they know I was literally talking to the horse before they broke off from me, or was this like an isolated incident?
No, you just said
You
that
were
it
staring
didn't
at
give
the
you a
horse.
name.
Yeah, you were staring
Yeah.
at the horse, and then you said just a few moments ago that you talked to the horse. And so we were like, how the hell are you talking to the horse?
And then
you're
you
like,
said it
and
had.
then
You
said,
know it has no
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, you said, I know it has no name. And we're like, how the hell do you know it has no name?
So from their perspective, they don't know that I actually spoke to the horse.
Yeah,
We didn't
they
see
do
you
not
talking to the
know.
horse. No.
No, we do not know.
They don't know. They only know that you stayed behind to look at the horse.
Yes,
and
and
the
that
horse
brother is
vanished
scared.
in the meantime. Like, they didn't see the horse when they were approaching you. So
Yes.
basically, they don't know that you talked to the horse. Nor,
Correct.
I honestly, I don't think it really makes sense for them to be this anal retentive about the detail of the horse not giving you its name, but
He is being very strange for Benson.
Yes,
right
it's
now.
is extremely strange,
Well,
and that
Augustus
is what's
wouldn't know, but Jason, Shoulder, and Mithridates would be like, "What the fuck is up with Benson right now?" He's acting weird. Like, he's usually the most forthright guy who just says what he means. and
Maybe
now it's
Benson
like,
wants a cool horse, bro. You gonna judge him for what?
maybe, but it's weird. It's giving the weird vibe. It doesn't matter if we specific. Whoa.
Holy shit,
fuck.
it's giving.
Back off.
It's giving.
and I would argue it doesn't matter that Augustus hasn't known Benson long. I think anyone in this situation would think the way you're answering is very strange.
Why are the birds moving?
Yeah, why are the birds moving? Scary.
well, while you guys have been in this
an
heated
enemy.
discussion, there have been several giant
know.
vultures that have landed amidst the trees, and now look over you, eerily.
We should postpone this for a moment, brother. We're being watched.
We should.
I
didn't know there were
DM
other
saying
big birds.
stop.
Augustus
These
narrows
dumb
his
birds.
eyes.
They think they can do what I do.
Benson's going to take out his bow.
Yeah, Jason draws his sword and he says, "Spread out, you fucking idiots! Every animal here is a potential combatant."
Get behind me,
Okay.
brother.
Augustus is not moving from his spot on the spider.
Shoulder misses horribly.
Who did you target?
Just the one directly east of us.
I don't even see it.
East is to the right. Oh, okay, yeah.
I didn't
Don't
even see
even
the one behind me.
Oh, I see it. Wow, it's hidden. Wow, yeah,
But
they're
the
hard to
ambush-
see.
They're-
Damn.
Yeah, they're camoed.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So Shoulder
why
takes the
vultures look
first
like
shot then, and Mithridates also zapping one?
Mithridates is zapping the one behind Shoulder.
Okay, let's see. All right,
And,
roll for damage.
Based.
nice. Very nice.
All right. So you just you zapped that one square in the jaw with your magic. Oh shit!
Jason nets the one that's to the south of him.
Magical
What?
touching.
I threw a net.
That's right, you did. I forget what it does. Large or smaller
Net.
creature hit by a net is restrained until it is freed. Okay.
Cool.
And then which one did Benson targeted this one on to the east?
Yeah, to the east.
Okay. That's damage to it as an arrow strikes in one of its wings. Yeah, this is the first time I think the first time your net actually worked. Or maybe I'm thinking of your
Yay!
javelin. Your javelin is the one that almost never hit, right? Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, is Augustius or Fizz, are you two doing anything to the birds? Because you just watched, you have a very short window to react here, but you just watched, magical spells and nets and bolts get thrown at some of the nearest vultures.
Are any of them dead? Did any of the
None of
damage
them
kill
have
any of
been
them?
killed.
Okay, so Augustus will very casually take one hand from behind his back and wave his hand and cast Sacred Flame, which is a cantrip, at the vulture behind him.
Yeah, that's the one that Mithridates struck square in the chest with the.
Oh, I didn't mean to click that twice. I apologize.
No, good.
I just roll damage.
Yes. It did not succeed in the throw. Why did Shoulder roll for it? I don't know. Now you just roll damage.
Oh, why did I not see it succeed in the throw? I didn't even roll the throw.
I roll the throw for the creature you target.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You just roll the damage.
1d8. Bang.
All right, that's 6 damage. It's definitely looking pretty worse for wear after that one.
I think Fizz is going to follow up with a firebolt.
Okay.
Nice.
You
Yeah,
targeting the same one?
Kobold tag team.
That's right.
Okay.
Same one.
So between.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh!
Nat
All right, let's
20.
crit that one. Crit that sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And one of them max damage. So from anybody who's looking at that particular, is that's not the one that Shoulder tried to attack, right? That's the
No, it's a different
So
one.
Shoulder, you probably whirl around in time to see Mithridates' bolt strike this vulture in the chest. Then this fire that appears upon the creature after Augustius did a little flourish, sort of sends it into a scorching sort of dance, and it lifts off the branch in an attempt at retaliation, only for Fizz to just utterly immolate it, fry it right then and there for 15 points of fire damage, and it collapses to the ground.
Oh,
You
mighty
take that, evil
fine.
bird.
Oh, a mighty fine strike, sir. He slaps him on the back.
I knew these
Thank
kobolds
you.
were important.
Yeah, we're scary.
Yes, we are.
Well, with that, I think it's fair to say
Combat.
that it is time to roll for initiative, homies.
I will say that Jason will have shouted over to the Steel Watch to break the wings and take prisoner the netted bird.
Where's Augustus? He can't roll.
Oh, is Fizz and... No, Fizz is there.
Dude, I'm not.
Oh, there you are. It didn't select you because you guys are attached to Kyle, so hold on, we'll fix
A
that.
whole 7.
Yeah, there are no...
Dang,
I just
20.
did it
Fish
for
has
my,
got 20. Dang.
Yeah. Fizz is rolling good today.
Yes, he is.
This is
Kobold Master Race.
Bards are so silly because they can only change their spells when they level up, and I could actually make this guy useful in combat, but we haven't leveled up yet, so I'm just stuck.
It's all good. Fizz is kitted out with all of the damage spells.
I don't like that many rolls.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of
that's a lot of rolls.
It's hard to see them in the trees, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, not counting the dead one, 5 birds. So
There's quite a few.
Well, there's an easy solution to this entire problem. Burn the forest to the ground.
This entire forest must be burned.
Yes,
or
justice must be
flood it
meted
with
out.
salt water from the sea that somehow made it this far inland.
And the 5 are the 5 we can see. There's probably more.
Yep.
Burn it
not
down and
the
then
entire
salt the earth, turn it into a nice flat waste.
All right, Fizz. Let's go for another crazy.
Oh shit!
Let's do it.
You know what?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna do it.
You are gonna do it, I believe.
So, I want to do Twin Dispel.
Ooh, what is that?
He could double cast it, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So that means I can double cast my Firebolt at 2 targets.
Okay, so you're
Oh, that's a
splitting it to
cantrip.
2 different targets.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're splitting it to 2 different cantrips. I see.
Very nice. And cantrips are free, so.
Yeah. Well, I think I still use my
Yeah, you
sorcery
still
point.
use a sorcery point.
Okay,
One
how many do you
sorcery
have,
point per
too?
spell is a cantrip.
I
How
forget
many
exactly how many I have.
Oh.
How many do I have?
But you get them back on short rest, right?
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
so.
Sorcerers are pretty strong.
What is it?
He's a wild magic sorcerer, right? So there's a chance he blows you all up on that.
No,
thing.
I'm dragon something. I think,
Dragon
right?
something.
Dragon ancestor, whatever.
Yeah, Augustus would not be up here if he was a wild magic caster.
Well,
He's like,
this would be when you're
Yes.
finding
Oh,
out.
I
I don't think
just got
you.
very scared.
We're level 3, so I have 3 sorcery points. Okay. Anyway, so that means I get to cast Fireball twice. So I'm gonna first one's gonna go with this guy.
Where even are they? I can't even see them. I'm that blind.
Yeah, they're in the branches there. So roll
They
to
blend in
18.
really fucking.
Okay, that definitely hits. Let's see the damage.
This is gonna be damage 7.
All right, so that is 7 points of. I want to see. Okay, 7 points of fire damage to the one on the left, and the one on the right is the one right next to it is netted by.
Okay.
By Jason. So
Does it give me advantage or is it just normal?
it would be normal, but it's not able to move at all, so it might not be the most significant target.
Maybe I can target it. Yeah, okay.
Let me see if I can find
get
a
what you're
good
saying.
status thing to put on it.
Then I'll probably target this guy over here.
Put a giant image of a squid over the token.
Okay, there you go. So you're going to target the one off to that shoulder attempted, and that Benson struck with a bolt. Okay. All right, go for the roll then.
Ah.
Okay,
So
that
I
was
missed
the
my
attack.
second
Yeah,
attack
the
there.
second one does not hit, unfortunately. Soars on by, but thankfully misses the tree, so you're not immediately burning down the forest.
But soon.
Yes, eventually.
Okay. So I think that's going to be the end of his turn.
I have to
I don't
think
think
about the
there's-
ramifications of this one, to be honest, but I wonder if, if you spend a temporary resource on something that then misses, I almost feel like there should be, not advantage, but some kind of minor bonus, like you add your prof bonus to it. It wouldn't have helped you in this case, I don't think, because your prof is only 2, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes, it is.
Let me see here. Yeah, proficiency bonuses too.
Alrighty then.
Sometimes the dice just aren't your friends.
That's right. It does happen sometimes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna end my turn. Boop.
Okay. So Kyle is not sure what to do with his situation, and he figures that perhaps, like you guys can't really figure out what he's feeling, but maybe he's just kind of thinking, my masters probably want to attack these, so he's gonna start moving closer.
Oh no! But we have ranged attacks.
Yeah, he
You
doesn't
don't
know
need
that.
to be closer.
Oh, you could have at least
I
webbed
mean,
one of them.
he literally.
You could have
Watch-
made an
That's-
intelligence check.
No, that's not necessary. He could have rolled a nat 20. He still would have done that. I was
Yeah.
just saying he could
Is
have
this
webbed
difficult
this one.
terrain?
To get over through the trees. No, those branches are sticking out over the ground, so the ground itself is fine.
So he's
Can
in a
I
tree.
hit this with a melee attack?
You would have to climb the tree.
Oh, okay. So this is fucked.
Well, you have pretty sure you have a ranged weapon, but it's not your turn yet.
Also, there's the netted guy.
It is my turn. It just said it was my
No,
turn.
it's not.
Yeah,
your
that's
turn.
because
Oh, it
you
lied
can't
to me.
you
It's
can't see
fucking
some
big
hidden
lie.
objects here. So hold on. Think about what you're gonna do. That's fine. Just
Think about all those rolls. Think about that horse coming back and eating us alive.
Maybe we walked into a trap. I think that's what happened. Benson led us
I think
into a trap.
the DM got upset with us grilling him and sent death.
Okay.
Well,
All right, Jason. It's free.
I thought it was valid. I thought it was a valid grill, so
It was.
Thank
Why
you.
did we attack the birds?
They scared us.
Shoulder just doesn't like other birds.
They're birds.
Shoulder's
They're
bird
giant birds, the size of men, apparently. So
Yeah, they're
and
pretty
we have
big.
I'm the
one
size
as
of a man.
party mate.
It's because we haven't had combat for like 5 sessions, and people really wanted something to shoot at.
Yeah,
we're fucking bloodthirsty.
they just went after the first thing they could find, really.
Yeah, these eagles are so kind looking. But
Except they're
Jason,
vultures, but yeah.
Jason heads forward and he acid mans this thing.
Okay,
Acid mins.
so I have to roll a con save. Ooh, that is a successful save.
What a dick.
Some
Well, I can't stab it with my bonus action. Since
I'm trying to
Please.
think of how much movement you would need to clamber up the tree and whether that would leave you in a precarious position after. But
Kyle is
you
not
only
catching
used 10
Well-
feet of movement. You need to use another
can I
5.
throw a dagger with my bonus action?
Yeah, you can use items or bonus action.
Alright, so this shouldn't be a +1. Well, I can because it's versatile. Never mind. So it's actually just fuck me.
Not quite.
I
You will
missed.
never see that dagger again.
The dagger soars through the canopy, and you think maybe you hear a faint thud in the distance, but it does not impale itself into the vulture as you wished. When
I'm
Shambler
totally-
earlier said that sometimes the dice aren't your friends about Balathal's roll, he was talking about himself, actually. He just didn't know it.
Okay. Augustius will cast a spell on me that will let me use my reaction to stab them.
One of the
Oh my
vultures
god. It's satanic.
lands upon one of the nearby branches and looks upon you all with a kind of eerie glare.
They haven't actually attacked us yet.
Yeah, they're not actually being violent.
Fistjaw is a bit perturbed by all of these birds, but kind of saunters over to be next to Jason.
Does he prepare an action to defend me?
You can't tell
You'll
that,
never
but
know.
maybe. All right, Mitridites. Who you zapping?
Mitridates will move closer to the group and will ready in action to zap the first creature that makes an offensive move.
Okay.
Does that include us?
The enemy.
No, we're not creatures.
There you go.
Oh, I see.
Only Benson and Jason. Yeah?
Yeah, that's right. Only the humans.
And that'll be Mitridates' actions.
Okay. Shoulder, you are up.
All right, Shoulder has 7 daggers, so he's gonna throw one at this looking bird.
Well, since are you using your bonus action for this or your action?
Is there a difference
Well,
as far as like?
there's no difference in how you execute it, but
You can apply your bonuses to hit with it.
you can attack. You could throw both daggers or 2 daggers if you wanted to do both bonus action and action. I'm just asking you what you're keeping it, or if
I
that's
see.
the only thing you're doing, and you're gonna ready an action or something afterwards, which is fine.
Yeah, he'll bonus action a dagger.
Okay, let's see the roll.
Do I have to roll it any differently, or is it normal?
No, it's... Okay, that definitely hits. Let's see the damage. Slices open part of the giant vulture's torso as it sails through, but does not impale itself in the creature. You also think you hear a thud in the distance. What's your next move, sir?
Shoulder will ready his action to use his crossbow to the first bird that goes towards him.
Okay.
Or towards anyone in the party.
Yeah. Makes a hostile action. You got it. All right, Augustius,
Oh.
you are up.
Okay, so remind me how many spell slots I have at a level 3 cleric. Do I have 3, or is it like I can't
If you
remember.
go to your, if you
Where is
pull up
that?
your character sheet and you hit spells, it's a little book tab on the right. Each level should have a little like golden tabs here.
Yeah.
That'll tell you the number of
So
slots
you have 4 first and
for each
2 second.
Where is that? Oh, I never used the prepared thing. I didn't know that I was supposed to do that. I did not click any of my. Apparently, none of my spells are prepared. That's very silly.
Well, you can just click them. So I don't know how many you
okay.
can have prepared at any one time.
It says 6, so I can literally click all of them.
Yeah,
so.
sure. Yeah, just tap them all.
Okay. Okay, so I want to cast Order's Demand. If I understand this correctly, as an action, you present your holy symbol. Each creature of your choice that can see or hear you within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw, or be charmed by you until the end of your next turn, or until the charmed creature takes any damage. You can also cause any of the charmed creatures to drop what they are holding when they fail the saving throw.
Yep. So you would deploy that as your channel divinity. You only have one use of it, and
okay.
Basically the way that this works is, they have to succeed on a Wisdom throw, which is going to be your save DC, which I think is 13. Yep. And so they have to get 13 or higher, otherwise they will be charmed. I believe the status effect of charm just means that they refuse to attack you.
Oh, I can't compel them to do anything else?
Let's quickly take a look. Take a look at the status. So they are not hostile, but they do not necessarily follow commands. Yeah, charmed creature can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects. They have advantage on ability checks. You have an advantage on any ability check to interact socially with it, which good luck with the vulture. But...
Yeah, okay. So, that seems like a good idea not to get schwacked by them.
Yeah, if you want to take yourself out of the equation as a potential target.
Wait, is it just me?
Correct.
Oh, I thought.
I mean, you're standing on the spider.
It's basically like, think of it as if you were in the front line and you were like one of the main people that was in harm's way. You could specifically charm that. You could also specifically charm one person near you if they were about to kill you or something. There's like a couple of uses for it that.
Okay, I thought it could be like, don't attack to all of them, and they just won't attack anybody. That's not how that works.
Well, you haven't cast it, so you can do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
know.
Do something
okay,
else
I misunderstood. Okay. Is Voice of Authority also a channel divinity?
Nope. That one is...
I could just use it as an action every turn, basically.
Starting at first level, you can invoke the power of law to drive an ally to attack. If you cast a spell with a spell slot of first level or higher and target the ally with the spell, they can use their reaction immediately. So you have to... It's basically like a passive, and it only kicks in if you use a level 1 spell slot or higher on an ally.
Okay.
So if you healed Jason, he'd be able to stab the vulture in front of him with his reaction.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. So with that, I will. I guess I'll cast a guiding bolt then. That's what I'll do. I'll cast a guiding bolt. At which is the most? Has any of them taken damage?
It's this
no,
one
other
right
than
here.
the.
This is.
Okay.
I don't think any of the other ones have taken damage. I think it's
the one to the east took 4 points of damage.
and this one.
Okay.
That one's
then-
netted. He's not moving.
Okay,
this one's
then.
netted. This one's almost dead.
And one of them's got a spider web thing on it, so I will.
Yeah, that one's
Hit the
being...
one with
it basically is trapped in a net.
Okay, so it's not gonna move either.
That's the one that's not going to move. The others are all fair game for attacks.
The spider. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Which one do I want to hit? I guess I'll.
Yeah, finish off that one.
I don't want to use guiding bolt on that though. Then
You can just Sacred Flame it, probably.
yeah, I guess I'll Sacred Flame it. Take it out of the equation completely. Okay, I will Sacred Flame 2.
Alrighty, let's take a look.
Damn it.
Ooh.
19.
These vultures are just passing all their fucking checks.
I like how it's a flat roll too. It's legit
there's no
zeros,
bonus.
and they're just hitting it. That's so
It's
crazy.
the same vulture. He dodged the fucking poison and then
Wow, that
a
sucks.
dagger and then Sacred Flame.
The vulture makes eye contact with you as it barely turns its head to avoid the sacred flame.
I know, that is really annoying, but it is what it is.
I guess it's a good
The
thing that
vulture
you
speaks in
didn't hit
perfect common.
it. Yeah,
It's a good thing I didn't waste my guiding bolt on it again.
that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking too. Yeah.
That would have sucked. Alright, well,
It remains stoic in the face of your attempted attack.
Draconic Cry and Pack Alpha. Let me quickly... I literally read everything before the fight, and now I've already forgotten. I am not very
That's all
good
right.
at
You
this.
you can read over while the rest of the turn order is going, unless you have anything else.
Oh, wait,
you wanna
I was looking at the bonus action for species features. Draconic Cry.
Oh yeah, I think you can only do that a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus.
do. Yeah, he's got
Yes,
two
correct.
uses of it. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I should have Draconic Cried for, like, Golden Bellow. That's advantage. Lord? Okay, maybe I meant this lore. I could try that.
Well, I don't
What
think
did
he's
you-
within 10 feet of you.
No, the Amethyst lore is 60 feet.
Oh,
Must make a wisdom saving throw or be lured, compelling them to move towards you on their next turn.
that's right.
oh, okay.
And then Ruby Mandate is one, they have to make a charisma saving throw or be frightened. Okay, so that's good too. You know, I'm going to try a Draconic Cry. And do I want to lure them or scare them away? Lure them, does that compel them to attack me, or does it move, they just move
They
toward
have
me?
to move. So if they attack somebody along the way, that's one way. But they have to move directly to you. If they fail.
Okay,
So
okay, then I think I'll scare them away then.
all right, you have to pick which one you're doing.
I'm gonna do the middle one.
Okay.
And okay, Draconic Cry.
Let
Yep,
me-
and we're gonna do the Ruby Mandate.
Let's see it.
I clicked it. Ah, here we go. No uses on Draconic Cries. One required. It says I have 2. 2 out of 2.
Yeah,
So,
one
not-
sec.
Weird.
Try now.
Okay. Draconic Cry, Ruby Mandate. Yeah, here we go. DC 15, so they have to roll 15. I don't know how Vulture rolls Charisma, but I'm gonna be impressed if it beats 15.
Yeah, you'd have to roll pretty good for
It
that
is
one.
no good at that.
Yay!
All right, so
There you
Bye-bye.
go.
so you're you basically emit this startling cry, even for your allies. This roar that emerges from such a small statured one that shocks the target of your ire and seems to have spooked it. You get the sense it will be going back from whence it came when it next responds.
That's what I thought, you heathen Vulture.
Benson, brother, starts to bark uproariously. He had been eerily quiet up until this point. He seems fixated on a tree nearby, where that vulture went down earlier. And emerging from the woods, a wolf charges directly at you, Benson.
Oh shit!
Down, boy. He's gonna try and befriend it. No! Oh, hell yeah!
Oh,
My boy,
okay.
Mithridates.
There you go.
Oh, his
Okay.
right shoulder shoots it too.
That's right, that's right. Yep, that hits.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you were targeting the wrong thing, but I got you.
My bad.
Oh, okay. So that is 4 damage and 10 damage. So as he's sort of pacing directly towards you, claws out, or whatever. It's a wolf, doesn't have retractable claws, but teeth bared. It's about to sink its fangs directly into you, but Shoulder strikes it alongside Mithridates' magic, blasting it, and immediately leaving it dead, lifeless on the floor.
He showed up to the wrong party.
Yeah, by the way, I don't know, you might have to scroll up to find it, but it rolled a dirty 20 to attack you, so it would have hit.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So,
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
soulmates.
Speaking of Benson, it's your turn. So you just watch that happen. But brother is still barking towards the trees. What will you do?
So, seeing that he's being charged now, Benson is going to stow his bow and take out his shield, but he'll keep his other hand free, and he's going to prepare his action. If any enemy comes within 5 feet of him, he is going to attempt to tackle them to the ground to interrupt their attack.
All right. We'll take that as a grapple then. Okay. Well, it's perhaps a bad time to have nothing else prepared, because another disturbance in the over yonder trees as a wolf barrels out of them, charging directly at Mithridates.
Puppy. Oh,
Oh,
you can't just copy. You can't just copy the dice.
All right, that's 7 points of
That-
piercing onto the elf as
That
the
could've
wolf
gone a lot
sticks
worse.
directly on top of his arm and starts to go. "Arrgh." Brother is very incensed at this. As a response, perhaps, to such an affront, the steel watch deploys its great blade. Please hold for the great blade.
Holding.
Okay.
I mean, there's an okay blade.
Holy. That's a lot of bonuses to hit.
It's almost
It's
1
called
plus
greatsword.
2 plus 3, but not quite.
Dude, that's literally a +7.
The wolf is nearly cut in two, but it holds on to Mithridates' arm nonetheless. Then, after seeing that the creature is not yet ready to give up the ghost, the steel watch grabs hold of it, or attempts to anyway. All right, Mithridates is freed from the occupation of the wolf as the steel watch hurls it back into the trees. Let's see how far and for how much damage. Ooh, not much, not far. Kind of just
That's a
splats
3.
against the ground, but doesn't take much of a. It's very much worse off than it was, but it's still kicking technically. All right. Brother looks up to you, Benson, for permission to chase down and kill that wolf.
Don't be a target for the vultures, brother. Stay with me.
Brother growls, then moves further away from the trees that he was so offended
Alright.
by.
Brother asks Benson what to do, but Kyle doesn't ask me what to do. This is some horseshit.
Yeah, brother's smarter than Kyle by a huge margin.
That's not true at all. He's a fucking dog. Dude.
Hey man, intelligence scores don't lie.
Another vulture appears in the branches, fluttering
shit.
down to gaze over the party. There's
Yeah,
a
I'm starting to think the
much
vultures aren't the problem.
heavier and much deeper padding on the ground. It evokes a similar feeling to the wolves charging Mithridates and Benson, but this one is bigger.
Oh,
And a
it's
great-
big boy.
Big howl immediately fills the air as this one looms. So, Fizz, wolves are now a part of the picture. What say you?
Okay. What say Fizz Fizz? I think Fizz Fizz is going to start with using Agile Aid
Okay.
to... Oh, it says spend 1 required. It says I have 2.
Yeah, that's a classic. Here, I'll fix it up for you. So this is, you're doing the blinding scramble.
Yeah.
Try that now. Okay.
And I'm going to climb up shoulder.
Is shoulder a willing creature?
Of course.
Okay. So you're
Nice.
you are a top shoulder.
And so now I get my proficiency bonus again on my ranged attack rolls, right? Is that what that means, I believe?
So what is it? If the creature is of large size, add your proficiency bonus to your ranged attack rolls. Even
Oh,
if they
he's
already
not large
benefit.
size. He's okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
medium, right?
you're on top of Kyle.
you're
who's
on Kyle.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
on
by
that one
yes,
Kyle.
by proxy of
Yeah,
being on top
by
of shoulder.
stacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, you'll get
By
the.
being on top of the stack.
You can add like a
Okay.
+2 to any ranged roll, basically.
Okay. And then I'm gonna use my second level spell slot
Okay.
to use Scorching Ray.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna use all 3 of them on that big wolf.
All right. Let's see it.
Okay.
Scorching rays,
So all of these rolls to hit are +2.
That's right. Make
That's
sure to
right.
target the wolf.
Oh, I
All
didn't
good.
target him.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah, that hits. That if you didn't have turret tactics, that would not have hit. Just so you know.
Well, I'm glad it hit then. So that's gonna be a normal hit.
Okay.
This dog might not exist. for
That's
long.
Oh, I see. You have to make a spell attack for each ray. Got it.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
No good on that
Second
one.
fails.
No good on that.
That's fine.
Let's see the third.
That's a lot of 2s.
Oh!
All right, let's do it.
Damn! Sorcerers, nerf, please.
You're
Well,
Never
awesome.
mind.
You had to say that.
Never mind.
Here,
I
I have a thing I can do. I can use Empowered Spell
Okay.
to spend 1 sorcery point to reroll a number of damage dice up to my Charisma modifier. What is my Charisma modifier?
That is a good question.
Hopefully
2.
2. Eh.
So
There
you
you
want to
go.
reroll
So
the
I'm gonna use
damage
that.
of both scorching rays?
No. I can reroll the 2 dice for the last Scorching Ray.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So yeah, in that case, just roll
Yeah.
for the damage again, and we'll see.
Another 2d6.
Okay.
I can't believe that. Well, I think you know what, we add it. So that's what I think. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're spending
7.
sorcery points, I think that should be.
Okay.
not
I think
just
I should.
reroll.
All right.
Yeah, because I
No,
don't.
all
get
right,
it
hold
back.
on. How strong is this wolf or the wolves that are in the forest that he just accepted more damage?
He's
How
Don't worry.
is this
inside
plan.
checking the
Plan.
DM again.
Okay.
Fizz
You do it,
Fizz,
man.
All
you
my
just
actions.
yeah, Fizz Fizz, you just struck this powerful bestial wolf with 2 out of 3 of your scorching rays. The creature looks very displeased. Its fur now starting to be ashen and covered in soot. Steam rises from its body, its charred form still glaring you down. It seems to have been thoroughly focused upon you now.
Uh-oh. That might have been a mistake. Because he's not dead, which is kind of what I expected.
Kyle looks over and has been immediately looking towards the large wolf, and is pretty certain that you all want to charge this thing.
He's right.
That's
I
right.
no longer have a plan.
The plan is run at the
Kyle,
biggest thing in the
web.
room, I guess.
Web, Kyle, web. Oh, Kyle.
An incompetent
It rolls
ally
a
is more
two.
dangerous than a deadly foe.
Okay,
Yeah, you're the
Jason.
incompetent ally.
Hold for not Great Blade.
Hold for vulture.
Hold
I
for
wish.
whatever's in the trees, probably.
Jason
Yeah.
will
Hold for the massive snake. Here it comes.
That's right. The 60-foot snake.
Ooh. Okay. There's a shrill cry overhead. This one unmistakable. Normally so clarion and full of excitement, but cast upon this battlefield, it seems rather eerie. An enormous bird soars over the battlefield.
Oh,
It perches itself where once a giant vulture stood, but this eagle is eyeing you all with malice. Jason, go ahead.
Jason says rather loudly over the din about that accursed horse led us into an ambush. And then he will turn towards towards the fucking menagerie of possessed beasts, and will cast Entangle.
Ooh, okay.
Right in that region there. And as he does this, he will take a handful of salt and throw it in the air. And as he's speaking in Druidic, harsh terms that sound like rolling rocks and breaking waves, a breeze will carry the salt into that region and scatter it across the ground, making seaweed and coral, of all things, sprout in the forest and try to restrain these beasts. The smell of the ocean filling the air as they do so.
The wolves are both entangled by your seaweed and coral, yelping as they are unable to move any longer.
With his bonus action, Jason will then throw his second dagger at the same
Same vulture.
vulture. Yeah.
All right.
Lol.
Hit.
No
That's
advantage because cool.
No.
You already had your pretty cool moment. You just
Then you
stopped
rolled
those
a
wolves
three.
from charging. Even the big one.
Yeah, so I spend the inspiration I have. He gives me another inspiration.
You might get it after this battle. We have to see how it goes. But feel free to inspire. You have it. Better to like if you're probably going to get it at some point in the session. It's better to use it. You know,
Fair
it's
enough,
kind of
yeah.
like a
Better
confidence,
to-
right? Oh,
there it is.
there you go.
Yeah, baby.
That's what we look to
got 'em.
see.
Uh,
Oh,
Max
and would you
damage.
look at that? The dagger
So, as
plunges
he-
right into it. Yeah, tell me. What are you doing?
So as he does that, Jason just as that all happens, Jason just whirls around, like without even looking, and just tosses the dagger. It looks like it's gonna miss, but all of a sudden that same salty wind that pushed the salt in his direction blows hard and lands the dagger lethally somewhere around the neck region, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's impaled right into it, and the bird just drops. I think I applied that to the wrong bird. Hold on.
They're all the same.
Devastated.
All birds are bastards.
Abab?
Hold on one sec. I gotta find which giant vulture that was. There's so many.
there are.
All right, whatever. I'll get it later. Okay. Oh shit. The giant vulture next to the one that you just soared your dagger into takes off from its perch on the branches and descends upon you. It rakes you with its talons for 13 piercing.
What the These things are
Pass
terrifying.
the concentration check.
That's right.
These
That's
vultures
good.
are no joke.
It then seems to soar off and is mid-flight as it prepares to bank.
Opportunity attack
It's
as it pushes off of me to soar.
should we allow
I
such
splash
a
at it with
thing?
my
I actually
cutlass.
3 cards. Is there any ruling that you know of rules is written for this? Anything that would be comparable? Like a flying creature descends to attack, it's in melee range when it then leaves. Does the person it attacks get an opportunity attack? That would be a question. But I think 3 cards have to.
Yes.
It came in melee range, so it had to.
Yeah,
hit
I
me,
think
so
rules is
surely
written.
Jason-
I just wonder if there's some kind of
Alright.
special immunity.
What was that?
I'm basically asking for if there's a flying creature that descends to attack a guy in melee. After it leaves, is it now opening itself up to an opportunity?
I mean, it's leaving the creature's space. So unless
Yeah.
it has a special movement ability
okay.
that prevents it from being the victim of opportunity attacks,
That's pretty
raw
rough for
would've won.
flying melee, but that makes sense though. So, as in our rule set, attacks of opportunity are delivered with disadvantage unless you take the opportunist feat. You will be having to roll this with disadvantage, FYI. And that
Well,
is pretty.
Oh, that cutlass.
I think
leaves
that
with the
technically
bird.
means that that would have been a fail
Now
even if you rolled ones because your first roll was a
Yes,
one. So
because
don't
the
feel too
first
bad
roll
about the
was a one.
disadvantage part.
I mean, I think it being disadvantage makes up for the lack of sense, though, because obviously it'd be really hard to swing at a bird as it's flying away from you.
Well, it just like plunged its fucking talons into your chest or whatever, and then it leaves. Yeah. So. But no, it's any attacks of opportunity are disadvantaged unless you have that feature, which is just a way to make it so that you can actually move around in the battle instead of as a melee feeling rooted or whatever. That's just a new rule that
until
we've
you
added.
kill everything around you.
Yeah. All right. Well,
EDA show is kind of retarded of me because now if Augustius casts a healing spell on me, I can't use my reaction to do something.
Why not?
because he used it to
Because
attack.
I
You
didn't
already
use
used
my
it.
reaction.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Fishtail's having a snack.
He sure is.
Yeah, that wolf is about to die.
Maybe one day there will be a reactionary feat where you get an extra reaction.
Well, that wolf is now.
Jason becoming
okay.
a reactionary after being a booze head for years.
I don't think anybody's sleeping anytime soon after that one. So
Oh, sorry.
a wolf is munched upon.
see.
Fistjaw is immediately a little bit more happy now that he's chewed on a nearby enemy that he can actually reach. So that's a development. Mithridates, you are up. Shoulder is up next.
Mithridates will target. Is that the big
That's
bird?
that's the one that attacked Jason. The one that you targeted.
Okay, that's the one. Look at Eldritch Blast.
Hell yeah.
He's a one-trick pony.
Okay.
Damn, does that trick go?
2 damage. Well, you singe one of its feathers, scorching it from the back. It lets out a slight. "Ah!" Shoulder,
That'll be it.
you are up. Augustius is up next.
All right.
All right. This is mostly going to be for flavorful purposes, but I am wondering if would I be able to dismount Kyle onto the head of Fistjaw, place my Jurgle skull onto the wolf, and get back atop Kyle?
Well, by movement, yes, but you remember you have Fizz with you.
I was hoping that I could make that easier for Shoulder by using a bonus action.
What do you mean?
I'm proposing a trade. There's no button. There's no button I can use to be like, yeah, Fizz will be able to stay atop me easier or whatever.
Oh, okay. So you're expending your bonus action
Instead of just using yes.
Yeah,
If
I think
DM
to
deems it so.
use your skull anyway, we'll do that. But we'll just say instead of worrying about we will burn your bonus action here. But let's say I need an acrobatics check. You're pretty good at those. You know acrobatic.
I do.
All
I
right.
do know acrobatics.
Almost a nat 20. Almost.
Almost. All right, so
All
you
right.
you deploy
He's-
onto the head of Fistjaw.
Yeah,
And
he's
you-
going to place his skull.
Yeah.
Maybe the skull is an item and is an item action.
Yeah, that's why it's a
for
bonus
the
action, right?
creature? Okay.
All right,
All right.
so Shoulder, as you descend upon as you descend upon Fistra and place your skull against the wolf, there's an uncanny discovery that you make. For these wolves too seem to have mitigated souls.
Do I get anything from it, or is it just
What exactly are you looking at about?
like any power from it?
No, these ones
Does-
seem
like,
to
does-
be
does the
they're
skull
the
get
same
anything?
level of state of damage as the ones that you encountered earlier.
I see. Okay.
Matcher Daddies knows nothing about that, so don't ask.
True. Shoulder will look a little questionable about this, but that's clearly something to do with Versalin in his mind. So he is going to shake it off, and he is going to get back atop Kyle.
Okay.
And does my Jurgle skull have any power in it or no?
Yeah, it still seems to have been. You never used all of it from the last bandit
Yeah.
encounter, so it hasn't expired.
Okay. Holding up the skull, he is going to dump whatever energy he has from the skull into his next spell,
Okay.
which will be an upcasted. He only has level 2 spell slots. Sleep.
Okay. All right, so you roll with damage, and because you're using the power, I'm thinking that when you have that soul power, you'll be able to get some kind of flat bonus. So in this case, we'll just say you add +4 because we're going to double your proficiency bonus for it. So when you roll for damage, add a +4 for the sleep.
Okay. I'm trying to read the whole thing. Creatures within 20 feet of a point. Okay.
So that giant eagle would technically be within 20 feet. Well, I guess it's like exactly 20 feet edge to edge, so. Yeah, you could do that.
Because it's not creatures I want. It's just creatures. So I could accidentally end up, if I can't place a proper.
You got it perfect right there. You
Just
literally have everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, remember one of them is dead.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd rather sleep the eagle and the vulture.
You can do
or
eagle
the
and wolf, or you can do eagle and vulture.
Yeah.
The wolves are restrained; they can't move.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's difficult terrain, even if they bust out. It's
Yeah,
better to get
the last time we encountered a Versalin wolf, it was teleporting. So I'm not too
Oh,
sure
shit.
how I feel about that.
I don't think this is the Versalin wolf.
Yeah. Also,
That red hawk is-
making a bird fall asleep mid-flight is very funny.
Yeah, that is what would happen. So if you roll high
Bird
enough
on
the
bird
damage.
violence. Oh yeah, make it take fall damage.
That's right.
If it's like 50 feet up.
Okay, so are you prioritizing one or the other as far as which bird?
This is where I feel like sleep is kind of stupid because all right, because I don't know how much hit points these things have.
Right.
So I get to just dump it and hope it works. He would be prioritizing the massive eagle and then doing whatever's left into the flying bird.
So you're going to focus on the eagle and then the flying bird after. So we're going to say
Yes.
the eagle is fully slept and seems to like almost like it's trying to correct itself so that it doesn't fall to the ground, but ultimately looks like it will be unsuccessful the next time it moves, which, just for clarity, if it falls out of the tree, it'll take 1 damage and wake up, but it'll still be on the ground at that point. The vulture seemingly becomes like very drowsy, but not asleep. It's just very slowed by the energy you have poured into it.
Okay. And that was everything. So that's my turn.
Alrighty, Augustius, you are up. You got a drowsy
right,
ass
I'm up.
bird. You got a wolf,
And a big wolf.
big wolf, big ass wolf.
I'm going to target the big giant wolf. Where's the boss bird? No, well, that's the drowsy bird. I don't wanna
Yeah.
target the
There's
boss
one that's
bird.
asleep, and then there's one that's
Boss bird's
drowsy.
asleep, so we can let it sleep while we figure
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna let
the-
it sleep. I'm gonna
the
let it
big wolf.
sleep, and in the meantime,
Wolf is
cast.
restrained.
Well, if it's restrained, I should get an advantage, right?
Yes.
All right,
Oh.
I'm gonna cast guiding bolt on the restrained pup, giant, oversized dog.
Giant oversized.
But before I do, because I forgot, I don't know, inspiring cry on their next attack. Well, who's after me? Benson. Well, Benson. But to get that back, I have to do a long rest, right? To get like my Draconic Cry Pack Alpha thing back. Or is that a short rest?
It says,
Okay, yeah, after
Yeah.
a short or long rest. You're right.
That's right.
Okay.
short or long.
If
yeah.
it's, we're probably doing a short rest after this at least.
Okay, got it. Okay, then I am going to, first guiding bolt on the big dog.
Okay.
First level. Oh, I can make it second level.
You can
But I don't
upcast
want
it.
to do.
That would increase the damage.
But I want to do that. Cast spell. I should get advantage anyway.
Yeah,
so
you will.
Attack. 17.
Hey, you rolled 2 12s. So nice advantage, but it does work. It hits.
I rolled 2 12s?
Your advantage, you rolled the same amount
Oh, okay, I
on
see.
both times. It was funny.
Alright, damage. 12, by the way.
Yeah, roll that damage.
D6, 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 D6. That's.
12
Is that
powers.
just one I gotta roll more?
No, that's all of it.
Oh, that's all. Wow, that sucks. Man. I'm really upset
You
about
rolled
that.
3 4 times.
That's actually perfectly average.
Yeah, but it sucks.
True. I didn't think
The
of it like
I
the
did
wolf
roll
seems
3 4 times.
after your guiding bolt that strikes directly into the creature, the restrained wolf looks to be on death's door. Not quite there, but very close to a demise.
Okay, well, voice of authority is a action, not a
Bonus action.
what do they
yeah.
call it? Bonus action.
Bonus
so I can't
action.
use that. Yeah. All right. Well, that will be my turn then. Dang.
No healing.
You almost
from
killed the
healer.
dire
It's
wolf.
over.
Yeah, almost got it.
I know, but it could have been
Gonna
better.
get one shot.
All
But
right,
don't
Benson.
get hit.
Bro, my AC is 11. I'm gonna get hit.
No.
if only you
That's
could turn
alright,
into a giant creature or some stuff.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll heal you. Don't worry about it.
If I
You'll be
get my
fine.
turn.
We don't die until then.
You know what you're
Does
the
doing.
only thing-
Walter to the south of myself and Metroides and to the right of Jason, where is that in the turn order?
That one is
The only one
currently
that goes-
restrained. So
Okay,
it doesn't
so
have
that's
the
a-
one that goes
yeah.
before any of us is right here.
Yeah.
I didn't even see those. Holy shit.
Yeah.
We're screwed.
And those
lose
almost
birds.
one shot. Those took out half my health, so I could get one shot here.
We're gonna lose to birds.
Okay.
Bird or do something.
It would be an honorable death. Although
Oh yeah,
vultures
but
are
then I
good.
go down and the wolf gets unrestrained.
I will look to brother quickly and I will say, "Stay behind me, brother," and then I will move to flank in front of Mithridates, and Benson will go ahead and draw his longsword. And any enemy that comes within 5 feet of Benson, he will make an attack against them.
Got it. Okay. The Steel Watch notices your battle tactic and seems to rearrange himself such that he can do the same for Jason. Readies his great blade for action. Brother does exactly as you say and remains behind you, also prepared to attack anything that bolts out of the trees.
Dude, could you imagine he jumps at one of the birds and he latches onto its leg and now he's just getting carried around by the bird?
The party will look on towards one of the giant vultures that flies and leaps towards Mithridates.
Yep.
Ooh. All right, not quite able to breach his move. Let's see what the ready to action is.
Oh, natural one.
Why?
Well,
Damn,
What about brother?
brother.
brother is what is brother? Do you want to spend your inspiration to roll another attempt?
No, I'm gonna save it.
Okay. Yeah, brother is let's see if brother even can hit. I don't even know if he can.
I believe in brother.
I can't believe Shoulder doesn't have inspiration. Although I guess he
Brother!
didn't do anything last session.
Oh, brother, I am pinned here. Hey! No
Oh,
way. That's a hit for sure. Oh my
brother's
goodness.
Brother
fucking
sinks
beast.
right
My
his
dude.
teeth into the giant vulture.
Wait, poison?
What?
Why does he have poison damage?
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
If you click the drop down, he has 3 poison damage.
Hey, why are you taking away damage from brother?
I'm not. I'm asking why he has poison damage.
Why does he have poison damage?
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He
He's
does
a
10.
legendary,
It was
a
10
Yeah.
legendary brother.
He's an amazing dog. That's why.
It's all the beer he's been drinking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, that's supposed to be more piercing, but it's just miscategorized. I fixed it. So it's not a difference in damage. It's just not poison.
Based.
Well, the giant vulture quickly banks and moves to do another pass.
Also, just in case it hasn't been stated yet, I just read that if you prepare an action,
Yep.
executing your prepared action uses your reaction.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That seems silly.
So basically,
I
you
agree.
pay. Well, I
Because
guess
you
under
spend it.
Pro's rule set, it makes more sense because your reaction won't be disadvantaged, right? Oh shit, my thing just got.
No,
fucked. But
because you're
in
spending
regular
an
D&D,
action though. That's why.
yeah,
It's,
but in regular D&D, it makes no fucking sense because you're spending an action to
No, but
spend
even
an
under
action.
this rule set, it doesn't make a lot of sense because you're preparing an action to not have to do an attack of opportunity.
What?
Yeah.
Watch out, Benson. It's coming for
Holy
you on
shit.
the repass. That'll be 8 piercing as it finds the weak spots in your armor. But then,
Oh man,
it seems to be a bit stuck in and flaps its wings somewhat helplessly.
Oh my god, you have a different bird on your shoulder.
That's right. Okay. Another enormous eagle descends upon a nearby branch.
Holy shit.
They just keep coming.
This party does not have all its spell slots, and I think the DM didn't know that.
No, DM didn't care. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We get punished for following the big bad evil horse. PBEH.
Actually, I think we're punished for all the bar stuff because Benson used a bunch of healing to get Jason undrunk. Jason spent both of his level 2 slots for talking to gods, and then
yeah.
we also spend other resources while there. So
I forgot to ask. Why did we leave the town without long resting after getting super drunk?
I don't know. Why
Because
did
we
y'all?
had to do it quickly.
Because we're super drunk.
Yeah. So the wolf is not able to escape the entangling roots, which puts Fizz up next. Still a top
All right,
shoulder.
you gotta hit that eagle before it falls over and we waste our sleep.
Well, no, if it falls over, it'll still be on the floor and have to spend its action getting up into the air. So
Yeah, but then we only get 1 damage on an advantage target, so that seems pretty wasteful.
yeah, well, it also means that it will not attack anybody on its turn. So it's up to you guys.
That's true. It's a trade-off.
Keep
We have
it-
no idea, we have no idea
keep
how much
it-
damage that thing could do.
Keep it stunned because once Jason is actually able to turn into a squid, I could head over there, grab it, while maintaining concentration as well. So, because I can head over here,
Yeah, but if I got
transform.
advantage on just scorching ray it 3 times.
Yeah, you get 6
That would be
chances
pretty
to hit it,
epic.
basically. Yeah, like you could just melt it because it's less than. It sounds like it is well less than 36 HP, so you could legit just Oko it if you hit all 3 scorching rays and get good damage on them.
Let's call it 20 HP. Do you think you can do it?
You got 11 on 1 roll, so it's
Well, it's 2d6
doable.
3
Yeah,
times.
It's 2d6 3
Yeah.
times. It's
So
not
that's-
out of the realm of
The
possibility.
max damage is 36.
I think that thing is gonna max damage is 36.
Yeah, max damage would be 36 if I hit all 3 of them. Average is going to be half that.
Yeah, I think it's worth the shot, and then if we don't kill it,
Even
then
if it doesn't instant die, all you got to do is hit it.
we
like,
believe in
first
Kyle webbing it. I think that's the belief. Either
There
you
you go.
hit it, and we believe in Kyle webbing it afterwards.
Okay,
Worst
so I
case
think
scenario.
I'm going to scorching ray this eagle here.
Okay, you'll have advantage. We'll say that all 3 attacks are going to hit simultaneously, so you're going to have advantage on all 3 attack rolls. I think that's how that works anyway. And if it's not, well, just take the advantage, buddy. That hits.
Oh wait, I also have the +2. Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll let you know. Okay, so first one is 7.
Okay.
That also hits, of course.
No advantage needed.
Okay, so 7 and 8. Up to 15.
Okay.
And that
Big
hits.
Oh, and that's a
Oh,
critical
yeah,
hit.
there
Big
we
crit.
go.
Let's see it.
11.
Did you roll as
shit,
crit?
That is
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, that was a crit.
let's roll as crit.
Okay, so that was
is-
7, 8,
26.
and 11. The giant
that
eagle
one?
is struck by 1, 2, 3 bolts of scorching flame. The magic that erupts from Fizz's fingers. It awakens the creature only to just barely put it to rest permanent. It had exactly 26 life. So
Bang!
Ah, damn, that's epic.
Had a baby.
yeah, of course it falls to the ground helplessly.
Scorch 2.
Oh, dude, Kyle better go get that
Burning
fucking.
chicken.
Dude, Kyle better want to eat some turkey right now.
There you go.
Well, Kyle was looking
Or
at
you
the
can-
wolf. Are you gonna direct him?
Is he?
He's
Is
looking
he
at the
immune?
wolf.
Is he immune to entanglement?
He only has to. It's only difficult terrain after the cast. I'm pretty sure. Isn't that
No, I
right?
thought it's maintained as long as I'm.
Does that mean if
focusing on
Kyle
it.
steps in it, he will have to make the save?
Well,
Because I thought if he steps in it, it's just difficult terrain, which means he has to
I mean,
spend.
yeah,
more
I think it's he won't get entangled. No.
Yeah, exactly. So
Now I don't know if. Wait, let me read it again.
Let's
No,
make sure.
I don't see anything that says walking in it makes you have to roll a save. It's only when you cast it, is what I see. A creature in the area when you cast a spell must succeed on a strength saving.
yeah. So Kyle's just gonna
Eat that
move over
fucking
here
spider.
and eat that goddamn wolf, or at least attempt to.
Yummy.
Well, if he
It's
hits, I
advantage,
think he
though.
probably kills
Oh.
it. Aw.
Dude,
Even with advantage.
Kyle sucks today.
Dude, he must be inspired. He has to have inspiration. Come on. Come on. We gave him a pig.
Well,
Yeah.
Hopefully the wolf
Can I
dies
get the
before
Can I get the local pig bonus? Is that a possible?
Yeah, pigspiration. Come on.
Pigspiration.
That was a good hiccup.
That work?
All right. Well, goddamn it, Kyle.
It's true.
He was too distracted by the smell of seafood, which must be fucking trippy for a giant spider in the forest.
Yeah, I
don't
think
think
so.
you would know what that smells like.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
I don't like that one.
that.
Oh
Yeah,
my god, what is?
Those make me sound. Those make me feel good.
It's another one. Okay. Surely not another one.
All right.
Oh man,
This
I
one.
hate animals.
This is a roll to see. No, the vulture remains
Stay
restrained.
stuck.
Jason,
Oh man, thank goodness for nets.
you got
Jason the Beast Restrainer.
yeah. So you've got the restrained one. You've got the one that's still that's kind of drowsy that attacked you earlier. You got one that's on top of Benson, having struck him. You've got two birds in the east trees. Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that one too.
Hmm. Are these birds like perched on the?
Yeah. None of them are on the ground level. Besides Benson. The one on top of Benson is like in him. You could just walk up and attack him.
I can't just stop the concentration on this thing. I don't want that wolf to bite them.
It's dead before its next turn.
It is? How?
It was on death's door after Augustius.
It has
Yeah.
like basically no health, and it's gonna have me and Augustius go before it gets to move again.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
And
assume one of them
Fistra,
probably
and
failed.
Fistra.
Yeah.
And it's probably wise that Jason restrain the boss birds before they strike. Stun Master. Alright. So, in which case, Jason will say to this. Well, he won't say anything to Steel Watch. He'll sort of nod in appreciation that it came to his aid, but Jason will move over here. And then he will once again cast Entangle, dropping the concentration on the other spell there. So suddenly the plants and coral will wilt and rot away, turning back into their constituent parts, leaving the wolf free and unrestrained. As Jason once again repeats his ritual and casts his salt to the wind, looking to restrain the creatures. Oh, that fucking eagle.
Dude, would they grow from the branches? Because that'd be
The
kind of weird.
ground.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Yep, yeah,
It's
that's
like
exactly
from the canopy of the tree.
So from the trees, again, more unnatural life will just sprout wherever the salt touches, grasping and clawing at the birds. Regardless of the outcome, Jason will then also shout out for all to hear. By blood and salt and wind, I condemn ye to the watery hills, and turns into a giant squid. Where the fuck's my squid button? It's been so long.
Oh no.
You have no. Well, no squid for you. Time to make calamari of it, boys.
I am Squid Man.
All right, let me see if I remember what I have. Oh yeah, I think I do.
Flippin', fluffin', floppin' on the dry ass land.
All right, Augustius.
No, I'm a land squid.
I'm pretty sure you would have just looked around over to see Jason doing his thing, but now you just see him transform into this absolutely foul creature in your mind, probably. He is now a giant octopus.
I say I didn't think I could like the man any less, but here we are.
I did feed a demon to this with this form.
Fizz remind me to make sushi out of him if he ever gets on my nerves.
Understandable.
They have sushi in this universe?
Of course, they have sushi. Duh. Of course they
Japan
have
exists.
sushi. Yeah, Japan exists. Japan exists. Japan exists in
Japan.
every universe.
Japan spotted.
It's called Nippon. Okay, it's totally not Japan.
So one of the doozy, the dozed, the sort of like sleepy vulture, the drowsy vulture, attempted to strike at Fistjaw, but raked a little bit too far up. Fistjaw, in response, will. Oh, he can't fit there actually. Fistjaw, in response, will finish munching on the wolf, and then move over and sort of sniff in the direction of the giant vulture on Benson's person. And then finding an appropriate position.
Yeah.
I think he had advantage.
Oh,
Will absolutely add the giant vulture to the point where it is no longer living. In fact, from Benson, you'll feel this sudden relief of pressure as most of the vulture is torn away in the maw of the hungry crocodile. But then you'll look down and see that its talons are still embedded in you.
just the stumps of talons.
Yeah.
Just
All right.
little feet hanging.
So that puts us with, let's see. Mithridates, you are up. And after you, it's shoulder.
Hit that eagle.
Mithridates will Eldritch Blast the eagle.
Does Mithridates want to use his inspiration?
No.
Okay. The bolt narrowly misses the eagle and strikes against the tree behind it. The eagle looks towards you, Mithridates, as if mildly offended, but then turns back to Jason's giant squid form. Shoulder, what do you do?
He's going to bonus action throw a knife at this fucking idiot.
Which one?
The dog.
Oh, that makes sense. I kind of forgot you guys still had to fight them. Oh, that hits.
Max damage.
Yeah,
Shoulder, you correct and aim the blade just so that after twirling and spinning, it plunges straight into the creature's skull. It seems like it's still yet good for this universe, but then it collapses. Its last zip of spit expiring. At exactly 7 health left, by the way.
Yeah, max damage. Just hit. Well,
Just hit, lol.
Yeah, idiot.
shoulder will then pull out the skull of Pincer.
Yes.
And look from Kyle to Jason to Kyle again, and we'll say, you know, guys, I just like Kyle too much. And using the power of the skull, or focusing his magic through the skull, not necessarily using the power of the skull, he will use his last spell slot to cast Enlarge on Kyle.
All right. You know what that means, boys?
Kyle Big.
Big Kyle.
Omega arachnid spotted.
Augustius, you will watch in presumably some with some amount of disdain or uncomfortability as Kyle grows quite larger. You barely keep your grip upon the beast. Its chitters have become deeper and more menacing somehow. But, of course, Shoulder will recognize Charge Big.
I'm starting to doubt if I'm an animal person or not.
Kyle got doubled in size, by the way. So the already massive spider is now like 40 feet tall.
Yeah.
I really hope Augustius has questions for Jason after this.
Yeah. You think? You think, homie?
Shoulder will respond to Kyle, chittering. Yes, Kyle. Charge big. None of that will be intelligible to anyone.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Turn.
Well, Augustius, right before you have your fill, there's a lumbering from the south, as if to further crash this animalistic party. Emerging from the southern pass, a hideous combination of multiple beasts bursts from the forest and roars gutturally.
Yes, I've decided I am not an animal person.
That looks like an owl bear.
Jason's like trying
Jason's
desperately.
big mad. Yep.
He's like, wait, you
He's
could do
pissed.
this. I don't know if you can cast a spell on him that isn't healing, though.
Okay, so it looks like everybody's within a nice health range. So I'm not gonna use a healing spell. Instead, I'm what?
That's an amalgamation. No, I'm just.
Yeah.
You're an
my brother's-
amalgamation.
My brother has been playing a lot of Inscription, and I can tell.
Ah,
Are you sure?
Okay, so
Don't make me press the inside button. No, I can't tell.
If you could just mouse over the
Shoulder
combatant and the
cannot
tooltip
skip
up
to a
top,
moment.
and it'll tell you.
is that giant bear within 10 feet?
You would have
No.
to move to
No.
like this spot to be within 10.
Yeah, that ain't happening. There's no way.
You are not,
Literally,
you're not going to be. You are not going to be able to
No.
get back atop this massive spider.
No, yeah.
You're
Never
40
mind.
feet
No.
in the air.
You're probably
Yeah, like-
going to take 1 damage jumping off of the spider.
It's going to be
Yeah.
more than 1 damage.
Yeah, well, where
He's bigger than the
Augustius
trees.
yeah, where Augustius is, he's perfectly safe from the bear, so he is not jumping off the 40-foot spider. Because the bear is not 40 feet tall, so...
Dude, do
Uh,
we get height advantage?
yeah, do I get height advantage? He's literally towering. Augustius feels magnificent, by the way, being
Yes.
40 feet
He's-
tall in
you,
the air.
you can see the forest of Sestan and the city in the not so distance. You know, it stretches on for miles. This forest, you can see so
Dude,
much.
this is a perfect.
This is the highest
this is a
you've
perfect-
probably ever been, besides being on a
Dude,
mountain.
I'm sure Augustius is super inspired right now.
He is very inspired.
Yeah, the problem is Augustius already had inspirations.
So it's time to use it, Augustius.
Yeah, you would only use that on a bad roll, right?
Yes.
Right, that's what I thought.
Essentially,
Okay,
essentially, you add another roll to the roll you just made.
so do I have advantage because I'm 40 feet above the bear?
What exactly are you trying to do to the bear? That's the question.
I am going to cast level 2 guiding bolt on the bear.
Holy shit, that's big damage.
Let's
That
see
is
it.
big damage.
Let's see it. Let's see what the roll is.
But
Yeah,
do I have
let's see what the
advantage?
roll-
let's see.
yeah.
Let's see what the roll.
Just
is.
roll normally first, and we'll see.
That's right.
Okay.
We'll see if you even need the inspiration.
That's
Yeah.
right.
There's no way I should miss being like right above it. Like I just shouldn't miss. Here we go.
Let's see.
The dice
Maybe
have to
you're
be
too
your
excited.
Circuit in
friend.
your eye. You could be scared, Augustius, that
He's
you're
scared
on
of
a giant
heights,
fucking
yeah.
spider and panic.
He is not. He feels magnificent up here. This is like the slimy
Your
kid.
ego
China's-
could be your downfall.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, well, that's true. But as of now,
Monarchy, you don't get a +2
You're
range.
like, there's no way I can miss this half-assed and miss.
yeah, I know. That's why I wanted
There it
advantage
is.
to be
You-
sure.
You can +4 because you're one for every 10 feet you are taller than the creature.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll add +4.
+4.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Let's
right.
This precedent is going to bite us in the
Yeah.
ass when Pro
Yep.
makes us fight a giant.
Yeah.
It's
Or
gonna bite
it's
you
not-
guys in the
listen,
ass.
the giant
because I'll
part-
be on top of Kyle.
The giant is not the problem. It's all the goblin archers on top of the giant that are 40 feet above you.
Yeah.
Again,
Mark my words, we're going to have a total party kill.
All right.
Big damage.
Upcasted 17 damage on the owl bear from your guiding bolt. Augustius, you strike it with all this magic. What?
Boom, boom, boom!
I
It
just
just
looked
is
at
like,
its health bar not move.
that's not good at all. But, what we're going to do now, is
Okay, Kyle's huge. It'll be fine.
yeah, Kyle. Kyle
dude,
is
inspire Kyle right now. Inspire Kyle.
huge. Well, he's not. He come. Actually, he does come before the bear. So, yeah, I might actually inspire Kyle to like insta kill the bear. I would be really cool.
Oh, you hit the health bar, loser.
Yeah, that wasn't supposed to be both.
Wait, does the inspire count as friendly magic to trigger his ability to make us attack?
That's not magic. He's just roaring at you.
Yeah, if it were
Dang,
if it
I'm
were
trying
a
to-
spell,
trying to-
he has to expend a spell slot for it.
Oh.
You have to. It says, by the way, it says I have 2 uses still. That's not true since I used one earlier. I'm an
Which
honest
one are you
man.
using?
Well, because I used a draconic cry earlier.
Yeah.
So
I will subtract.
I don't think. I mean, it would be really funny to roll Ruby Mandate and make the bear run away. That would be really funny. But I want to kill the bear, so I don't want to do that.
You gonna lure it, or what are you gonna do? Are you gonna inspire Kyle?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna inspire Kyle with Pack Alpha.
Oh, now I have to stay for this.
Yeah, Pack Alpha, inspiring cry.
I was gonna BRP, but
Go for it.
No one uses. No uses on.
You got it.
Why
I
is it
just
doing
fixed it, so go for it again.
Okay, all right. Selecting Kyle for inspiring cry.
Yeah. Dude, just wait till I bardic inspiration Kyle and he's
And
double inspired.
I lift up a claw and I point down to the giant evil bear, whatever it is. It looks like a bear. It's an owl bear. It's an owl bear.
Yeah,
And I point one manicured but sharp claw down. I say, Kyle, you giant, ugly, magnificent arachnid, you. Tear that disgusting owlbear apart and suck out its innards.
I like to think that that Shoulder is translating this.
Yes,
But he's gonna keep the ugly part out. But Shoulder is translating this to Kyle as Augustus is saying this.
And
If
then
you
I'll
say,
say,
boy, I say. Kill that man.
All right, Benson, you are up. Kyle feels very
Right on the
inspired.
MP.
Seeing the approach of more enemies, the transformation of Jason, the enlarging of Kyle, and everything getting more intense, Benson is going to furrow his brow for a moment, thinking very hard. And when his 2 brain cells unite, he will reach into his pack and pull out a long piece of parchment, and then he will exclaim, Lathander,
And he will explain.
Exclaim.
today we crest the path of victory, and it is on this path that we require your blessing.
Oh shit! You know what that means?
he blesses.
So I'm going to cast Bless on Mithridates, Kyle, and Jason.
Okay.
Oh, you can cast on more than one person? Damn.
Yeah, it's up to 3 creatures.
Nice.
All right. I don't know why it's telling us to roll that, but that doesn't seem necessary.
No.
Yeah, so basically, Kyle, Mithridates, and Jason, until my concentration ends, or after 1 minute, will be able to add 1d4 to their attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay. You were targeting the vulture, so it got blessed. I'll fix that.
I bless the vote. Lathandar's grace extends toward everyone. Literally everyone. Even evil creatures.
So now that means every time you guys roll an attack roll or saving throw, for the first time you do that. Oh no, I guess it's before the spell ends, right? So every time you guys do that, you roll 1d4 and you add that to the attack roll.
Exactly, yeah. I don't think I have any bonus action, so that will be my turn.
All right.
You pet your dog, right?
Oh, yeah. Bonus action, pet brother.
He heals 1 point.
The Steel
And is
Watch
inspired.
steps commandingly towards one of the vultures that sits in the tree. And perhaps to the surprise of any onlookers, as this will be a bit of a new move, His great blade will extend in size, but he swings it through the air as if nothing were different.
Oh shit!
Slicing the beast even in the safety of its tree. The blade then returns to its usual size, and the Steel Watch seems pleased with its performance. Brother is looking towards the giant octopus version of Jason, and he's baring his teeth and sniffing, but he then looks to Benson. I'm guessing Benson does not want him to move out into combat again.
That's right. But he's going to stay here and hold his action until something approaches.
That's basically, yeah, that's exactly it. Okay, so this is where the giant vulture is going to go for a strength roll here. Oh, not able to get out of the entangling, so it is stuck. Perhaps much to the party's surprise, another roar erupts from the east, but this one is a bit quieter, a bit smaller, as a black bear cub emerges from the woods.
Oh my god, don't kill it.
Oh. Where there's a cub, there's a mama.
Dude, we can make it an orphan and keep this one.
I'm gonna break its spine.
No more animals.
Hmm.
It
Just
failed
wait
to
till my-
bite.
Just you wait till my 3 spiders return.
I'm a slippery motherfucker.
Ooh.
Oh, rip by 1, that bastard.
That's 6 damage, slashing, of course, from the creature.
Of course
As
I
it
fail the concentration.
Strikes you in your squid form. Oh no, even worse. Well, at least it failed its save, so you still got it out for like 2 turns.
Yeah.
Ace?
Okay. I don't think it's going to be any surprise here that the giant eagle is going after the giant squid.
Yeah, challenge that motherfucker. He'd be a pussy if he didn't.
No.
Bring it, bitch.
The giant
your
eagle-
minion hit almost as hard.
The giant eagle descends upon you, Jason. In your squid form, you feel the puncturing of your outer membrane as talons rake your skin for 14 damage. Then, seemingly content to sit atop you, it rears back its head and attempts to drive its beak into you, but it is unsuccessful this time. It remains atop your person, however. Fizz, you are up.
Okay, well, I think it's obvious. He's gonna firebolt the owlbear.
Okay.
Okay.
You hit these, by the way.
That does indeed hit.
Epic.
Another
Only
one.
3 damage.
Another one that
That's
I
what
don't
we
think
look
you
for,
would have
maybe
gotten,
more
by the
threes.
way, if you
Without
didn't have
the
turret
+2.
tactics. So.
We
It
should have
is
gotten
pretty
plus
helpful.
4. You should have gotten plus 4.
Oh yeah, because you're
'Cause you're
40
so
feet
high
high.
up.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Don't
right.
don't you try and jit my kobold brother like that, DM. I got my eyes on you. Kobold,
Well, he
kobold
still
brother.
he hit anyway, so it's not like my forgetfulness there did anything. All right,
Also,
I
your
got my
kobold
highlight.
brother forgot.
That's right.
all right. That owl bear shrugs off that attack with ease.
Stupid owl bear.
Stupid owl bear.
Then I'm gonna end my turn.
All right. Let me see. Yeah, I didn't think I still had you guys attached.
Kyle.
Kyle lumbers
Oh,
forward.
Uh,
He is not just inspired, he is enormous. Which means,
dude, imagine being so tall you get a height advantage.
well, he doesn't get a height advantage as a tall, but
That would be funny if he did that.
that is going to be 12 piercing damage. And yes, I rolled it as a crit because he's enormous.
Yeah.
Now, if he crit as a crit,
That's
then that would have been double crit.
Trouble.
So that would have been really bad.
That would have been
Whoa.
really bad for the owlbear.
That's right. Kyle seems very
Well-
pleased with this puncturing of the owlbear, but the owlbear, it's certainly looking weathered, but it's still intact.
Does Kyle have poison?
Kyle does
Is
not
it-
have. Oh, he does have. He has 3 poison damage as part of his bite. That's probably where the brother bite came from. Is that it was like copied from a spider.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
now we fixed that.
I thought he'd do way more than that, 2d8, but you know, it is what it is.
Well, it's 1d8 normally. He's more of a
Yeah,
tank than he is a damage dealer.
It's 1d8. He gets an extra 1d4 from being extra size, but we doubled that because he's Kyle.
He's a giant spider.
Yeah.
Well, he's a
So
gianter
he's-
spider.
He's a giant.
Yeah.
Also, he
spider.
gets to do poison, right?
He's a gigantic.
Yeah,
spider.
he did 3 poison damage, which means that'll be another 3 poison damage next turn.
Also, weird combination: hard cider and sourdough bread. I don't know why I'm eating it, but it's delicious. Who cares?
Got him.
True.
Yum, 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 yum.
Okay.
Brother, I require healing.
Well, that's what you think.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. But you know, I have to think about it. You're also really far away.
Yeah, you'd have to get off of
This
Kyle.
is the thing. If the giant octopus dies, it just becomes Jason again. If Kyle
Oh, okay.
dies, there's no more Kyle.
They
Yeah, it's
overkill
true.
me, I can still fucking die.
Well, don't die.
'Cause the damage bleeds through.
Just don't get over.
Oh my god, these
Oh,
guys.
you don't have iframes?
Yeah, you don't have a. Yeah, just roll, idiot.
I don't know why it keeps asking for concentration. I canceled the concentration menu.
Let me.
Opportunity attack.
Yeah, I just broke it, so you won't get asked that again. Yes, you do have an opportunity attack. You have to roll with disadvantage, of course.
I hit it.
Did you?
Roll
You, rolled,
with
you have to. You only rolled 1.
Oh, I thought it was gonna do it. Attack.
Just hope it's not shit.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So we'll take the 15 then, and you do hit.
Pull that
That
shit out of
fucker's
the
restrained,
sky,
too.
buddy.
That's right. It's still stuck with you as your tentacles wrap around it, starting to crush it. Why are you still targeting the wrong one,
Yeah.
dude?
Oh well. As the thing sweeps down to scrape me, Jason's squid form rears back with anger, still having the other one on top of him, and one of the tentacles shoots out and grabs it by the talion before slamming it to the ground and bringing it close again.
Will this vulture ever get out of the net?
Yeah, just did.
Oh. It's a baby ass net for an 11.
No, it's because it's been every time I've been decreasing the DC by 1.
Oh,
It's been
I
like
see.
5 turns of trying to break out.
This is true.
So the creature is no longer enwebbed or netted as it emerges from tearing its way through the net, but that was its turn. So, all right, Jason. Speaking of turns, you got a giant eagle on your
Since I
head,
already
and you
have
got a
this guy
giant vulture on
caught.
your head. Yeah.
Since I already have this guy in my hands, I just get to squeeze and do the damage automatically.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for an attack.
It's another 9. Is it alive?
It is indeed alive, but only barely.
All right. Now, what the fuck do I do with this bonus action?
I'm pretty sure you can use
Can I,
that to throw it.
with my bonus action?
Throw
Oh.
it, yeah.
Well, what that doesn't really give me much because I can just wait till my next turn, squeeze it again, and it'll be dead, assuming I'm still alive.
You can attempt a
Um,
bonus action grapple the one on your head, but even if you succeed, it will only be a partial grapple. Like they can still attack you because you used your action already.
Since I'm a squid, if I successfully grapple it, can I do the restrained attack thing, or
What do you mean by that?
because when I do the attack, right? Whenever I make contact with my tentacles, which is what I'd be holding with, I'm allowed to squeeze and deal damage. Right? But
Yeah.
if I grapple, would that be on the table or no? Like I'm not saying I would be able to do both. I'd have to choose
Oh yeah,
one or
yeah,
the
yeah.
other. But
If
since
you
I
have them
both in my
grappled,
hand-
yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
You can just
then
do-
yeah, then I'll try and go for a grapple. Then that's athletics.
Yep.
All right. Get fucking grappled, idiot.
Nope.
I can't
This
believe that.
eagle is
Get
taunting
destroyed.
me. Wait, I get a plus 1d4.
Oh yeah, you're blessed. Roll anything but a
Ah.
1. Okay,
There
you
you
got
go.
it.
As all
Three.
things should be.
You just barely got it. The,
Blessed
bl-
by
the
the
blessing
three.
of Lathandar assisting this strange, misbegotten creation of Umberly.
I
The
can't
sea
believe it.
bitch and the god of new beginnings. What a fucking
Dude, what a
match made in
world that
hell.
you just got saved by a 3. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
That's right.
So yeah, I grapple that motherfucker. You just see Jason with 2 eagles in each hand, you know, both of them like fucking trying to fly off. It's kind of like lifting the squid, but
Dude,
not
it's gonna
successful.
it's gonna be really awkward when you turn back into your human form and they just start flying away with you.
You just see Jason human form holding onto each ankle.
Oh!
Ooh, all right, Mithridates, you're being struck at by an incoming bird, which does give Benson and Brother an opportunity to retaliate, but not before 7 points of damage as the talons rake you.
Damn birds.
That's right. You gonna be striking with disadvantage at this thing, Benson?
I believe so.
Brother doesn't have the disadvantage part because he prepared for this.
He's what a dog.
I can't believe he barely got it.
He was born ready.
All right.
7
After
damage.
Brother's attack, the creature is not looking too hot. Let's see if you can defy the odds.
I believe.
Okay, that's the
Yeah,
first
it's
roll.
one.
Let's see what the second one is. All you need is a 10. He's done it! All right,
You
damage.
said it.
Yo.
10
Okay.
points.
Oh,
Damage.
max damage.
Well, that
Dead.
you just severed that vulture in 2 as it attempted to escape. It kind of drags Brother forward a little bit, but he fixes himself. And the creature is indeed dead.
Kistra, eat bear.
That's true. This jaw really should eat that bear.
Who did it damage again?
It damaged
Mithridates.
Mithridates.
Cool
Mithridates.
guy?
Yeah, Mithridates is not looking so good.
No.
He's okay. Don't worry about
Sure would be nice if there was healing.
it. Yeah, if only there was somebody in your party that could do that.
I
Unfortunately,
wonder
there's
who
not.
that would be.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't have anybody like.
Only those are very handsome, young dragon man.
Humble.
The fist
Yeah,
jaw
yeah,
is able to clamp its jaws around part of the black bear cub, but no dice on it being fully defeated after that. Oh, okay.
What?
Nah, there you go.
You rolled a 4 but got 3?
Why is
Oh
it
my
times
Roll
five?
it
What is going on with your roll?
What is that?
That entire
0 minus
calculation
1
is
What?
times 5.
What the hell even?
It's
is
1d4
that?
plus 4.
You rolled the
Times
4, so you should get 8 HP.
Well, what's a plus 0 minus 1 times 5?
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
about that one.
That is so stupid.
It should be 13 because it's a 1d4 plus 9. 'Cause it's a second level.
Oh,
spell.
correct. The second you use. second
Okay,
level.
I've done
Why
it.
is
I've done
there-
it
why-
for you, Mithridates. I plugged in the value you rolled. We'll just
Why
have
is there a
to-
time? Why is there a times 5? I mean, that's a
Well,
lot
I
of
like
life.
it's a times 5 that doesn't mean anything because it's actually 5 times -1.
No, it's multiplying the -1 by 5
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
deducting.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it ended
which
up
is why it
being
ended up
three.
being
It's
fucking
worth
3.
nothing.
That is
That's-
what that. That is so
I don't
stupid.
know what's going on
I'm
with
deleting
your
that.
roll.
That didn't happen.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Bro, that was cursed.
13
That
HP.
is awful.
All
yeah.
right, Mithridates, your body glows with unnatural vitality, and you feel, for the moment, restored, at least steeled against further assaults.
And that will be all.
Okay.
So he doesn't want to die.
That's right.
I really wish we've leveled
Yeah.
up recently so I could
Yeah.
fucking vicious mockery this owlbear.
Well, if only you guys had a young, white, handsome draconian who's completely selfless at all times to heal you guys, but you don't, so.
Dude, Shoulder would not listen to them, so it's too bad. Honestly, you know what?
What?
With the skull of Pencer, Shoulder is again going to focus his bardic magics through it, and he is going to focus it to Augustius, and Augustius will hear. I guess I don't know how we want to do this. It would probably my bardic inspiration, I imagine, would sound much different through a skull. So
Correct.
maybe he'll hear spirits guiding him. But basically, all Augustius sees is magic flow through a skull. Green magics flow through a skull and then into him as he hears spirits perhaps guiding him.
I say, what in tarnation have you done?
Oh,
Be epic.
you're inspired. And then he'll pull out his crossbow and shoot this owlbear in its fucking face.
Crossbow deployed. Remember, +4.
I'm inspired to leave this party.
It's true. All right, that
Is
hits.
that it?
Yeah.
That's a 5.
That is a 5.
Let's fucking go. This is a long fight, by the way. Holy moly.
Yeah, this is almost as this might end up being as long as the other fight from the other campaign.
Is
I
this
hate
keep being more animals?
Well,
Which means we'll level up at the end, Pog.
Forest.
Yeah, Pog
Surprise,
champ.
surprise! The forest is just full of animals.
Yeah, who would have thought? That's weird.
Shoulder tried to
Weird.
tell you guys.
That's really weird.
You know the forest.
Yeah. You know
All the
animals.
animals, right?
You know animals.
You know animals.
Mammals and reptiles and insects.
Frogs?
Just wait till the snake comes.
Frogs named Fred? Is that it
Frog?
for Shoulder's
Yeah.
turn?
Dude, I hope at the end of this encounter the horse shows up.
Only the arachnids are friends.
The horse shows up. The horse shows up, and it's like, "You have defeated my first wave of minions, but can you handle the second and third wave?"
I like to imagine that the skull, the power that went into Augustius is actually heard as a form of just Augustius's cry, like his dragon cry.
Well,
Yeah.
the owlbear
well,
strikes towards Kyle for 9 points of piercing damage with its beak after its claws unsuccessfully graze Kyle's hide. Augustius?
Dang, why is Kyle hurt? That's weird. Kyle shouldn't
Kyle
be
doesn't
hurt.
have. He doesn't have a lot of health. He hasn't leveled
How?
up yet.
He's a giant spider.
He hasn't leveled
It
up
was
yet.
been enlarged.
Does he
Yeah.
not have like a absolute?
Well, the
truckload of
enlargement saved him from the first attack, so it wasn't
Yeah,
just-
that's true.
Damn. Okay. Well, I would heal Jason, but he's on the ass end of nowhere, so that's not happening. He's got fish straw helping him. He'll be
Yeah,
fine.
you got to heal Kyle, so you can use
You
his
gotta-
reaction to attack the owlbear.
There you
Big
go.
brain, big brain.
Heal Kyle, and then he gets an action. I see.
It does sound epic.
How does he get an action if I heal
Because
him?
you have that
Because-
you have that power, that passive that makes it so that when you
Voice of
cast
authority.
a spell that expends a spell slot on an ally, the ally will get to use their reaction immediate.
Okay. Do I want to do that? Do I want to cast Guiding Bolt level 2 again? Because this bear has a just metric crap ton of HP. And Kyle doesn't do as much damage as I thought he would.
Well, he did kind of low
Remember, if
roll
Kyle
the first
dies, you fall.
He just low rolled it. He had a 2d8.
Okay, well, then I will heal our boy Kyle.
Yeah.
Never let him forget that he was not healed.
Dude,
Instead, it was the spider.
Shoulder. Once you heal Kyle.
Wait, what's
Shoulder-
didn't you inspire me? Wouldn't that only take effect if I cast an offensive spell?
Yeah, but it's saved, so that's not just your next turn. My inspiration
okay.
lasts for like hours, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, base. All right, cool. Then I will definitely heal the giant
Oh no,
spider.
10 minutes. So yeah,
Yeah, you're
for
good
the
for this
the rest of this combat, yeah. So
I will
Good
target
point.
Kyle, and before I will cast Voice of Authority.
Oh yeah.
I will invoke the power of the law.
Kyle following the law.
That's right, Kyle follows the law.
Kyle's allergic to the
Kyle's
law.
He follows the laws of nature. You got to tell him that.
That's exactly right. Kyle, I say, Kyle, big boy, Kyle, I command you by the authority of the law of nature in the world. Suck out that owlbear's guts. And then I will heal him.
Shoulders again.
Yes, translating into Kyle's ear.
translating into Kyle's ear. Kyle's
Translate
very
exactly
large.
as I say. Make no alteration.
Dude, when Kyle's supersized like this, are his ear holes big enough to fit shoulder?
No, but like maybe about half of them.
7.
Spider ears are pretty small.
40-foot spider ears can't fit a 4-foot tall
Nice,
creature.
16. Let's
Why
fucking go.
why do you want to be bored by spider eaters?
I don't. I'm just curious.
Wow, it actually
Dang!
was 16.
16 damage.
All right, the owl bear looks about on its last legs after that thunderous blow from Kyle.
Dude, I can tell you, if you heal Jason, nothing that cool happens.
I literally restrained 2 wolves and then with the flick of
And
my
and,
wrist.
and and he
killed
would
the
never
fucking
follow the voice of authority, so
That's
it just
true.
doesn't make canonical
That's
sense. You know?
true. That part
What?
is true. I mean, actually, I like it. It would compel him. He actually. It doesn't say that he can reject it.
No, yeah.
so I can make him against his will obey me, which is what's so funny. So
I guess
yeah,
he has
that's
cast
right
Cure Wounds on Jason. Jason, drink that water.
there. Yes, Jason, take a bath.
That's not how that works.
That is
All
absolutely
right,
how that
Benson,
works.
you are up.
It works by making him angry enough to
Okay.
like crush the bird.
If it was the law to take a bath,
Yeah, exactly.
It is in the monastery.
It is exactly, yeah.
yeah.
By monastery law, I compel you to wash yourself, you degenerate heathen.
So basically,
hearing
the
that.
scene over here,
That's insane.
Benson, is that Jason is in squid form restraining the vulture and the eagle, but the black bear is still the black bear cub is still at large, so to speak.
Well, seeing as there's quite a few addressing the bears, Benson is going to take the most readily available opponent.
Yep.
He will charge over 30 feet and
Okay.
try to take a swing at this vulture.
Alrighty, let's see it.
Advantage because restrained.
Yep. You get roll with advantage. Well, I think it's yeah. That makes. All right, you can do
That's anyway.
advantage. Okay, so we'll take the
Okay,
15.
good.
That hits. Let's see the damage.
Big damage here. Big boy damage from Big Boy Benson.
7 points.
Nice.
All right, well, that is enough to
Not bad.
skewer the vulture at its core and execute it, leaving Jason only the giant eagle and the bear to deal with.
Okay.
Also, Jason's squid form looks pretty bad. Pretty worse for wear, I would.
Well,
I'm gonna
those are
eat.
free hit points. So.
Seafood.
The Steel Watch, bereft of any other targets, begins to move in the direction of where Jason is.
Dude, did you camouflage yourself?
Brother moves to strike at the bear.
Brother Bear.
Ooh, brother goes for the jugular, bringing that bear down to its last gasp of breath.
Dude, you know what? Can we just like make brother an actual full character with a like everything? Because he's way better than everybody here.
His brother's a glass cannon.
Dude, just you wait till I make Brother big.
Hell yeah, big brother! Ha ha ha!
Get it?
You
Get
stole
it?
my joke, you should
Too slow.
Oh shit! The vulture is fucking lashing out.
Yeah, it's perhaps with the intention of striking at you in exchange for having killed its brethren. The beast flails at you with its beak and its talons, but neither penetrate your defenses. Then it begins to circle around, which opens it up if you want to attempt an attack of opportunity on it with disadvantage.
Indeed.
Ooh.
Oh.
That would have been a pretty good one. Let's see if the other one is as good. Ooh,
enough.
you get it.
Good job, Benson.
6 points.
Okay.
Steel Watch hits it too. Bag.
That's gonna pass over him too. And his
All right.
greatsword could just grow, so it doesn't really matter how high in the air it is.
Well, it's not that high. It can't grow that high. It's like an extra, 5 to 10 feet or max. Probably not even that big.
Yeah.
Kind of like a
all right.
pole arm.
Yeah. So the giant vulture is barely alive after taking 2 successive swings between the steel watch and Benson, and it barely manages to land atop one of the tree branches. Absolutely incensed at this almost critical strike from
Uh-oh.
brother.
Oh no, brother. Oh no, brother.
Black bear
no,
moves
at
to
least it's
fight
not a
brother.
crit.
That's 5 points of piercing, putting
Does
brother
your
in
magic
a sharp yelp. Seemingly,
Brother's okay.
this thing is barely alive, so that's all it can manage. But it's eyeing brother with some
It's
menace.
barely alive.
Eh?
No, that's right. I thought the
Dude,
joke was
I
too
can't
obvious.
believe he just spared brother. Holy shit.
No, it can't. It's almost dead. It's
Oh.
1 health. It's basically in critical condition right now.
I see.
I don't think it would have killed brother even if it was able to do its full rotation. But
It is a baby.
This is true. I didn't really think of that.
all right, the giant eagle strikes at Jason for 13 damage as it's restrained, but is still unable to break free. Fizz,
Okay.
it's your turn.
I have a very important question.
Okay.
Since I'm on a 40-foot tall spider,
Yes.
and Burning Hands is only a 15-foot cone, can I even hit the owl bear with it?
That sounds like a firebolt to me.
I'm
You
not
are
so
too
sure
tall.
your
You
vertical
are simply
distance
too
is
tall.
still distance. Yes, so you are not able to.
Damn.
'Cause it would have
Or
been
you could
pretty
make it.
epic.
You could make it shower sparks on it for like a little fireworks.
Doesn't do any damage, but it looks pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm doing the firebolt then.
Sorry, you have an extra +4. Oh, you
That's
hit
right.
it anyway.
You
Oh.
hit it anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, you also get an extra +2 because you hit it.
You hit it.
7 damage.
Does that kill, or does Kyle get the kill?
The owl bear starts to burn
Bang.
alive to a
There.
crisp.
Mm.
It's torched by the sorcerer. All right.
And that's the power of dragon fire.
And then ends his turn.
And friendship.
That's right.
Kyle seems rather miffed that he was not able to finish the job, but then turns his attention to charging big in another direction.
Augustus will pat the chitinous head of the giant spider.
You
You
showed
did a
it-
mighty fine job.
Could Shoulder use his reaction to try and get Kyle to web the giant eagle?
It's on Jason's body or person, so I don't know
Yeah.
how that's gonna work.
He
They're
just
really
also
gonna rob
rubbed
me of
Jason
my
a
3
ton.
damage.
The web's not going to do any damage. He's just going to web you.
Wow, he doesn't get me.
That's pretty accurate.
That is pretty.
Yeah,
accurate.
he tactically.
Also- but
webs.
also,
it's a little
like-
spurt here, a little spurt here. It closes up the spots.
I really have to ask how large a web of a 40-foot spider
Yeah,
is.
it's pretty fucking big, dude. It like it sprays over the tree. Still, it's so accurate. It still misses Jason. I just want to point out that the bird was already restrained. So getting it restrained again is just
double, yeah,
it's just
but
memes.
It's double
It's double
restrained. Yeah,
restrained.
that was the bit. That was the whole
Yeah.
thing.
All right.
It has to make. It has to pass 2 checks now.
Yeah. So
Yeah, imagine it breaks out of the webs and it's like, fuck, this squid is still grabbing me.
as if a sudden sort of, what would you say, like there's been a shift in the air. There's this sudden sense that that you are being watched by an intelligence far greater than that has been shown in any of these creatures. And the blooming flower bush to the north begins to turn a strange color of a more dark, a more green, a more eerily and unnaturally illuminated. And as that color spreads over, there is... Stand by here for one moment. There's a sudden emergence.
Oh, great.
Oh,
fuck.
Ursulin.
An
Dude,
enormous
and we thought
black
Blink was
goat
gonna kill a god.
emerges from this giant bush and looks upon you all.
Dude, that is a terrifying picture token.
Yeah, it's pretty epic. Oh, that guy
Can't
died.
wait to have Kyle eat that goat.
Wait, where is those?
Yeah, the one that that's the one that Jason's holding. That one's dead.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
In reaction to the black goat arriving, can we say Jason's through the powers of his being a squid, his skin changes to where the mark of Umberly forms upon the largest part of his body in sea green.
It's a sigil that I don't think very many of your party members will recognize, besides the fact that they may have seen it on your body at one point, but they don't know what it means.
And Mithridates.
Does
Because he
Mithridates
saw
know?
it at the
Oh,
river.
yeah, that's right. He saw you make the mark. That was it.
No, he saw me discover it. It was a secret shrine. Remember?
Yeah, that doesn't know
You
it.
look
That
at it.
doesn't
and
know
turn it
it.
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know. Yeah, he doesn't know what it is, but it's the same mark, and he would recognize that.
Okay.
Do I recognize it?
Yeah.
It's very large,
Effectively.
so yes.
Okay.
It'd be hard to miss.
Yeah. Like, everybody will see it, but only you will recognize it as something that Jason has interacted with before.
Dude, I would just, in all of this, one of my main questions I've had, how the fuck did we kill this steel watch? Like, how did we manage that? This thing has rolled like 24 on every one of its attack rolls. Like, how did we kill this thing?
I remember that
Soaring to
fight
the
correctly,
sky,
we thought
another
that-
Oh my
vulture
God.
emerges and moves to strike at none other than you, Augustius. Ooh.
Who the hell does he think he is?
It don't work.
Having
My
to-
AC too high.
Yeah, having to bend its wings and bank upwards, it then descends with ravenous speed, aiming
Oh,
its
shit.
beak directly upon you for 7 piercing damage.
Dude, I like the idea that when it left the tree, it had to fly upwards to reach you.
It did, yes.
It's
Then it
kinda
remains
so-
in, like perched atop Kyle.
You
So if
hideous, disgusting creature.
If it flew upwards to attack with its beak, is that attack of opportunity?
Yeah, well, I don't know if he even
For-
has a
for
melee
Augustus?
weapon drawn, so.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Augustus?
He's been using magic.
Augustus definitely got his Morning Star out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for a
What?
disadvantaged attack if you want to do an attack of opportunity reaction.
Yeah, absolutely. For real. Smack disadvantage. 15.
Dang.
Okay, that does hit it. Let's see the damage.
All right. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Wrong button.
All good, all good.
There we go. 6.
That's Shambler, that's not correct.
Okay, you strike the creature, bloodying it in return for its attempt at bloodying you. Wait, what did Chamberlain say? That's 3 9s. He meant that he got 9s 3 times in a row. That's the same thing. All right.
Oh yeah.
I've gotten 9 for my damage 3 times.
Oh, you said it after Augustius rolled. So I was like, that's
yeah,
just not.
Are you
if you look, I've rolled
so
like
do you have
that.
anything you want to try to grapple this 1 HP black bear, or what are you doing?
That's exactly what I was thinking. So with a now webby squeeze, Jason tries to crack the bones of the giant eagle, but then with his other now free tentacles that are near brother already, he lurches in an attempt to restrain the bear and protect the party's favored pet.
All right,
Whoa.
do that athletics check.
Whoa. Favored is a strong word.
No, it is a favorite pet.
What? What?
Sorry.
I will kick you off the spider right now.
No, listen. Sorry. Listen, Kyle is a sweetheart, or is as sweet as a giant spider can be. But brother is a dog. So
Brother has dealt more damage in this fight than Fishjaw, the giant fucking crocodile.
Well, he's useless. That's not very surprising.
He's not useless.
He's
He's gonna be tanky for
He's pretty
Versal
tanky.
here.
Yeah.
But holy shit, Brother is a DPS monster.
true.
Brother's the
Alright,
rogue.
anyway,
we never
with
needed-
those tentacles restrain the bear, wrapping around its limbs and
It's good for the
Dra-
restraint
trying to
for
drag it
sure.
away.
So it's no longer able to invoke pain onto brother. That's certain. And
eat
Fistjaw
it.
will make sure of it.
Yep, he does.
Ooh, overkill him by quite a bit. The bear cub is devoured. Goodbye, bear.
I say I drop it into
yeah,
Fishjaw's
yeah,
mouth.
that's perfect. Okay, that puts us on Mithridates. Besides the eagle in Jason's grasp and the vulture that is seemingly on death's door to the south, there's only the giant black goat. Who you striking?
The eagle,
Goat.
obviously, with an 11.
Obviously the goat.
The goat? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think its AC is that low, buddy.
Roll damage.
Nice.
You're kidding me.
The bolt strikes Versalin square in its core, but the goat doesn't even flinch.
It's just a flesh wound. That'll be all.
Okay. Shoulder, it's up for you, and it's Augustius as well. The two of you, I guess the three of you, counting Fizz, are probably more concerned with the giant vulture, but you know, you'd all have had time to see the arrival of the goat.
All right. Here's the plan. Shoulder, with his full action, is going to cast minor illusion, and he's going to place to make it look like I think it's 30-foot range. Hold on. Yeah, it's exactly 30 feet. So he'll place it over there to make it look like one of his spiders, Harry, is coming out of the tree to like onto the branch to see.
Okay.
And he would then he's gonna react and be like, "Guys, look, it's Harry!" Then like make it a big deal, and he's gonna try and deception check to make Versalin believe that Harry is real.
Okay.
That is quite something.
Do I get any bonuses due to the fact that I have? This is epic.
Well, don't you still have inspiration?
No, I don't. I haven't had it this whole thing.
Oh shit.
Well,
Well, I think you feel
I mean,
inspired.
it is.
I didn't fucking need it, buddy. That's funny.
Hold Holy shit.
Holy shit!
Nat 20.
Dude, I gaslit caves, so I can gaslit anything.
That's
Just
true.
let me
Yeah.
go.
He did. He did gaslight.
Versalyn does fail. Holy shit.
Dude, she tried her best. She
How
gave
does
it
she
her
only
best
have a
shot.
+4 though?
I only have a +4.
Even if she
Yeah,
would
but
need a
she's a
plus
demigod.
8 to match, so
Are you implying
I don't
Shoulder
think
is
she has
not
a
a
plus
demigod?
8.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
True.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Versalyn did take damage earlier, so it does bleed technically.
All right.
Well, you
That,
gaslit
that
a
was
god.
based. Do I still have a bonus action?
Yeah.
All right. This is another knife, and it's going at that fucking bird.
Okay.
Don't worry,
the bird
guys. I have 4 more.
Oh, devastated.
Inspiration?
See, what you have to wait to observe the reaction of Versalyn.
Yeah, that's true. All right. I miss. My dagger goes kerplunking into the woods somewhere.
Pretty close to. Yeah, it was an 8. Yeah, it almost skims the top. You know, and like maybe cut some feathers.
Shoulder will then look to Augustius, and we'll look to Versalyn and say, "Look, you know Versalyn. You should kill that thing."
Yes, I know, Versalyn. He saw that the bolt from Mithridates did not seem to do anything to Versalyn.
That's right.
Well, there was no physical reaction. Yeah.
No, there is no physical reaction, which tells him a lot, obviously. And
Maybe
worries
she's just
him
very
greatly.
stoic.
Yes, very stoic to take a bolt to the face.
Well, it only did 3 damage. It's not like it did 10.
Yes, well,
Again, there's this general air of dread that has spread through the forest since the arrival of this creature, even before the arrival of this creature.
Think about it. This thing is like animal devil. Radiant damage must be based against this thing. So think of use that to information as you will.
yes, I know what you're implying, but it's also a god, so
We can kill a god.
yeah, that would be really cool. I could heal, or kill the bird. I'm deciding. I've been really racking my brain the entire turn deciding what I want to do since the goat lady showed up.
I mean, you heal Jason. He kills the bird with his reaction from your healing.
It's literally automatic. The thing is on death's door, and I don't have to roll the actual.
The giant
attack. I
eagle
just
is
roll
not
the
on
damage.
death's door.
Okay, but I have more damage output probably. And it's
Well, you
guaranteed.
react to attack, and then you would attack on your turn. It might kill it. If you keep
also,
getting
there's
nines.
a vulture that's trying to attack me.
Yeah.
So
That's another factor.
That's
Yeah,
a
we
good-
also-
I didn't
we
know
have a,
about
we
the
have a
vulture.
vulture on top of Kyle. Yeah.
yeah, so we will be rid of that before we do anything.
Oh, I doubt that vulture's gonna do anything before it dies.
Well, I mean, it's already done 7 damage to Augustius, and Augustius
That's
does not
true.
like.
Augustius just doesn't like it and wants to kill it.
No, yeah,
Augustius is a selfish
It
prick.
did peck him in the face. This is true.
Oh,
Dude, I
yeah.
like to think that my deception roll is so good, everyone believes that is Harry.
Everyone in the
Yeah.
party also believes that's Harry.
Which one's that? Which one's Harry?
the
tiny
spider.
Jason is 100% absolutely convinced that not only is that Harry, but that the spider cavalry is on its way.
So, that vulture has no damage dealt to it, which is very annoying.
No, it got hit by you maced it.
Yeah, you hit the.
Oh, that's
you hit
right,
the
I did mace.
reaction. Yeah,
Yeah.
So I hit it for 6, right? 6? Okay.
Yeah, something like.
that was a good amount.
It was. I am going to, guiding bolt. That's
Which one did I make drowsy? Did we already kill that one? I think so.
It's the one
I'm not
that's
guiding
almost
it.
dead. That's here. Stuff.
Oh
that's
yeah, yeah.
the purple one. Yeah.
Do I, since it's, right next to me, do I get an advantage, or is that not a thing?
No, for if
No.
you were using a crossbow, you would have disadvantage. For spells, there's no change.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
you're
it's
flanking,
it's
you
just
also
a
get
normal
advantage.
attack, yeah, but we're not flanking.
We're probably going to change flanking at some point to be a flat bonus, so that advantage is a little bit more useful. Because Triple advantage was a little too good, so we couldn't stack it really. But anyway, that's not for here.
Right,
Okay,
Rose.
so I have a quick question.
Yep.
Okay, Draconic Cry and Palk Alpha, do those have 2 uses each?
Well, they're separate features, so.
Yeah, they're separate things. So yeah.
Okay.
So you have
then
one of
I'ma
each
use
remaining.
All right, I'm gonna use. Oh, then you should reduce. I'll reduce it. I can do it. There we go. So I'm gonna use Draconic Cry and cast Golden Bellow. Which will until the start of my next turn, attack rolls against enemies within 10 feet have advantage.
Sure.
So
that will give you
I'm
advantage when you attack the vulture
The
here.
bird. Vulture.
Yep. Golden Bellow. Yep. There you go. Really weird that it does it twice. It's kind of strange, but whatever. And now I'm going to target the vulture and cast Guiding Bolt. Cast spell with advantage. 24.
It's a good thing you had the advantage. Would not have hit other.
Well,
Yeah,
there
you
you
would.
go.
So let's see it.
Alright.
Let's see that damage, son.
You would have just barely hit otherwise with all the bonuses.
14, baby.
Oh yeah, you're right. He would have
Oh.
actually. All right, so that
14.
guiding bolt blows the vulture clear off of Kyle, and it lands lifelessly inside the tree somewhere, out of sight.
Cough.
Augustius brushes like a feather that fell on his shoulder when he got attacked. Ugh, makes a face. I can't believe that confounded critter tore my tablet.
I can't wait to watch Benson charge Versal head on.
And then I do believe that is my turn. I don't think I can do anything else.
Yeah, you use both actions.
There we go.
She's
All right,
just
Benson. Besides the wounded vulture to the south, the eagle grappled by Jason, it is just Versalin that stands in opposition to you. Mithridates has already struck it with a bolt, but it barely reacted.
Okay, remind me real quick, are the minor healing potions action or bonus action?
All item actions are bonus action, unless it's something very specific, but I don't think we've encountered that yet.
Okay, cool. They all say action, so I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I think that might not even be something I can change, but
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably just like a hard coded thing.
All right, well,
yeah, they're all bonus.
Benson will quickly smash a minor healing potion. It says no uses.
Which one? Minor?
The minor.
There you go. I think it ran out of charges. Well, that's a meme anyway, because you have 5 of them, so it's probably just not designed properly. But...
All right, so Benson regains 5
Almost
hit
max.
points.
Okay. Let's select you, so it applies to you instead of the vulture. All right.
Goes up to 23.
Hell yeah.
And then seeing the emergence of the black goat, Benson will charge forth, and with his longsword aim towards the black goat, he will say, "Thou demon, I will not stand idly by while you confront us with these beasts who you have obviously controlled, those who have done no wrong but set upon us because of you. Lathander, guide my blade."
Smite, smite.
He will activate Sacred Weapon.
View one weapon that
You
you
will
are holding
see-
with positive energy.
Augustus and everyone else will see like the light of the dawn cast upon Benson's longsword, and it will begin to glow with a bright light as it reflects the power of the dawn.
Empowered with sacred power. All right. Well, the Steel Watch is going to find an angle to strike at the giant eagle in the meanwhile. for 15 points of slashing damage. It brings the eagle down almost out of the fight. And then the Steel Watch will prepare to move on to its next victim. We'll say brother also attempts the same.
Brother's
I don't
probably
think brother
scared of
fighting a
Blackout.
god would have ended well.
Yeah. All right, that giant eagle is officially toast. And then brother moves to be next to Benson. Okay. As if to add insult to injury. The next giant vulture strike from the one that was limping only barely swoops towards Jason, attempting to rake him with the talons. That is 10 points of piercing damage.
Good thing I killed that eagle.
It's going to attempt to move away, and you're in the midst of transforming, so I think that means you're denied the attack of opportunity, but
Steel
In
Watch
my
will get one.
transformation throws, I try to hit him with my tentacles.
And the Steel Watch does not hit.
the
That
Steel
is
Watch
a
does
shame.
not hit. Yeah.
New turn.
All right, Fizz Fizz. The only thing left other than that very wounded giant vulture is Versalin, the black goat that looks markedly more terrifying than the first time you saw it. And that was already terrifying enough.
Oh no, she's back.
And he's gonna try to firebolt her.
Nice.
And we're gonna do a +2, right?
I can't wait till you get
That's
fireball.
Add 4 more to that. That's 12. This is 12 hit.
Yes. 12
Oh
hits.
yeah, I forgot about the 4.
Dang, 12 hits.
Okay, well then we deal damage. And it's
Oh
only
yeah,
2.
I haven't been using the 4 either. I keep forgetting about that. Damn.
Well, you
Yeah,
didn't
I
have it
forget
versus
too.
the vulture since it was right next to you.
Oh right, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. True.
2 damage based. Every damage.
Nice.
And that's gonna be the end of his turn.
So we've done 5 damage so far to the god. This is going well.
And Benson has decided to charge it with his dog. Charge fast.
Kyle's actually going to be right here next to Benson. Mithridates' view of the action will be blocked for a bit by the giant Kyle.
I refuse to believe it will be, because Kyle is so tall that he would just be looking through Kyle's legs.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Some of it
True.
will be visible.
Yeah, some of
You
it
got to
would-
remember
would
this goat is
definitely-
also
Like the
like
bottom half of Versalin.
Yeah,
would
this
be
goat's also at least like 15 feet tall now, so
That's fair. Okay, that's a good point.
so some of it will
Obscured.
be obscured.
Hold to faith. Be not afraid. Wait, this
Oh,
is
God.
Darks.
Well, in response to the let's see here. In response to the arrival of Harry, Versalin looks directly at the illusion, and a thin green ray sprouts from between her horns, emerging from seemingly nothing, yet undeniably of her power. There's no easy way to say what happens next, but the thing that should be Harry is struck by... Wait for it. Okay.
Disintegrate.
Dude, that's an incredibly low roll too. What the fuck?
Versalin then
Oh,
gazes
not
upon
an
the rest of
incredibly low
you
roll, but Jesus.
with a bemused expression on its ooved person.
It's actually above average. I didn't read it properly.
Yeah, that's 10d6 plus 40.
Yeah, it's above average.
Basically, it just atomized the whole area
Yes.
that Harry used to be sitting at.
Shoulder will look at it and he'll be like, "No, Shoulder." I mean, no. I'm
But he's shoulder.
I'm so
No,
unlocked in because I just watched
myself.
75 damage points. Shoulder will go, "No, Harry, you're not even real."
This is probably just going to confuse the rest of the party, to be honest with you.
I think Fizz is just gonna want to leave now. It's just like, oh, fuck this, we're all fucking dead.
Fizz no longer wants to be turret mode.
Yeah.
Fizz would like to be runaway mode.
Augustus watches this with like a grim expression on his face. Like he's just obviously not feeling overly confident, but he's not going to display any fear for any reason. He's a kobold.
We don't know, guys. He might only have 1 6th-level spell slot.
Yeah, I knew Three Crow would know that
Yeah,
spell.
I legit just I was like, oh man, that's definitely like a 6th level.
Versalin casts Fireball and kills everyone.
I don't remember if this music is any good. Should we
I
try
don't
it?
even
Up
heard
past
it.
Fireball.
Yeah.
Try it. It's not.
If only Dark.
We can
If
kill this thing.
only Eternity was here.
You just gotta believe. The Jurgle will
Pretty
step
sure we're
out
all
of
fucking dead.
Jurgle will climb out of his realm, and he will. Actually, Jurgle will probably just take us into his realm to save us or something.
There you go.
Instead of actually fighting Versus.
Yeah, Augustus doesn't really feel like we can kill a god. You know, we just
We can kill a god.
you know, not yet anyway.
I don't remember if this was any good. I think we switched off of this pretty quickly. I should have prepared better
Am I
music.
supposed to hear the boss music?
Yeah, I don't hear.
It's
hear
only
the boss music.
it's like loading for you guys, but
queuing
I was listening to it first. That's all right.
Dude, she's probably like only level 11. We can kill this thing.
No big deal.
I
Yeah.
made a level 11
Yeah.
character just to figure out how that works, and that character could one-shot this whole party. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
but she
yeah.
didn't. She one-shot my fucking illusion like an idiot.
Well, yeah, but unless you're gonna make an illusion every turn and
I will-
convince her to shoot it
And then,
every
and then roll
Now,
22 every
I'm
time.
gonna warn you all now.
I will make an illusion that covers her eyeballs, so it makes her
out
really
of
hard to see.
character. I'm going to warn you all now. Jason has essentially been converted into a religious zealot. So there's no way that he's not trying it unless something fucking happens quick.
You're not what? Converting?
No, he said that Jason has in character is going to basically suicide to try and kill this thing because he's a religious zealot.
Oh, well, that's okay. I mean, he shouldn't do that.
Well, I'll let you guys consider what your reaction is going to be, because I really have to pee. So
We
talk
leave.
amongst yourselves, strategize.
No, dude.
Have your moment.
How are we gonna run away from it? The only thing we can do is attack this thing.
I'll be right back.
Well, I do have
he did
fog.
not make the 15.
All right,
I don't know how that helps us.
So let's think about it. Okay, so Jason on his turn, because it's his turn next, right? She just wasted her turn basically. He runs up and uses his bonus action
So-
to turn into squid, and then he attacks.
So
Restraining, because I'll hit.
let
of
me
course.
tell you what I have. Right? I have one level 1 spell slot, which can be used for absorb elements or entangle or cure wounds.
No, you don't even need it.
Now, I'm wondering if it's better. Can I get over there when I revert the Jason in one turn? I can.
Look, a 12 hit through its AC. Its AC is not very high, so it's quite literally DPS. We just need to hit it. That's all I'm saying. So, like,
Okay, so
Well, yeah,
my
but
best
doesn't it have
plan is
100
to
fucking
turn
HP?
into a squid when I'm in melee range with her.
okay, metagaming
Attack,
it.
'cause I
I
have the
saw.
plus
I
four.
saw the health bar. It seemed kind of similar to the owl bear, maybe a little less.
Listen, but the thing is, it has like level 5 and 4 and
No,
3
I
spells.
agree. I agree. This is a problem, which is why we literally just have to stun bot the thing. Like we just need to. We need to
can
make
do
it.
it.
If
We
we
can.
don't
I can
kill it,
restrain her. I can restrain her.
There's
You,
None of
if
us
you
can.
pass, this all requires that we pass our checks every single time, and not
Right,
only that,
so-
we roll exceptionally high
Oh,
because
okay,
next
so-
turn
Yeah,
somebody's dying.
Jason is not the character who's gonna be able to give you a choice.
No,
though,
no.
because
So,
he's attacking things.
Okay,
Well,
even outside
I-
of so even outside of Jason committing suicide, and say like we try and just use that to run away, we're not getting far enough to survive. Like regardless, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
quite
I
literally
mean,
fight or die.
Fizz could probably stealth away, but everyone else probably
You're on
doesn't.
a
Yeah,
40
like
fighter.
shoulder.
You're on a
shoulder
44th fire.
like you would be asking basically. Shoulder would have to abandon Kyle, and
Yeah.
then Benson would have to abandon Brother, or Brother would have to abandon Benson because he's faster than Benson.
Yeah, that's actually the other way around.
and we're hoping Jason just commits religious suicide to give
Yes.
us time.
Yes.
Like that's it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know because the problem is
Benson
is
has fully committed to fighting this. By the way, Benson has
Yeah.
just prayed to his god, said, "Lathandar, give me strength," and is
Yeah, you're
fucking
basically making your characters actual cowards if you don't try to smite the evil demon.
Well, I mean, Fizz is canonically a coward.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to
His
admit it.
is, yes, but
uh,
Augustius is a religious paladin, like a religious cleric. Like this is like
the main
big deal.
issue is
Mithridates
If-
ditching us might make.
if
a
it
bit
gets
more
one
sense.
turn, it just deletes one of us.
Or all
Like,
of us.
every turn.
Or literally
Well,
all
yeah,
of
it
us.
depends on what
Well,
spell it uses. but yeah.
This comes down to like, I just think like, if we're just trying to find ways to waste its spells, like Jason can find, Jason can hopefully like he can run up entangle to hopefully restrain it, and then if he gets the entanglement, he can then squid form, and then he can like we can all start wailing on with advantage. Shoulder
Do
can
you
keep
want me
spawning.
to use entangle, or do you want me to just?
I would
bonus
probably just
action,
attack
squid
it.
form
Yeah,
attack,
I
yeah.
would imagine just squid form attack.
Okay, so
But,
use
like-
that 'cause he converted me.
Yeah, like Shoulder can keep minor illusioning it in different ways, like whether
I
trying.
just wanted
like-
to talk to it. I did not want to try and kill it.
Yeah,
but
that was never gonna happen, dude. We just
I mean,
killed like
yeah.
a million. We just laid the forest barren with a million of its servants.
Well, I mean, like, it doesn't care about the servants. The servants don't mean anything to it. Like, it's.
I have a
sitting on
feeling
the-
that this is only an avatar.
Yeah,
We're
well,
gonna
that-
kill it, and then there's just going to be another part of the god.
It's gonna be a
But I
phase
still
2.
think it's something we need to do.
man, I'm in a party full of retards.
There's not a better chance of living if we run. That's all I'm thinking.
So,
Like
So this
even
giant spider
if
isn't
we
fast
full
at
action
all?
dash, like even if we all full action dash, the thing just runs after us in 30 feet of movement and casts another 60-foot spell that kills one of us.
Or all
we
of
might as well just fight it, or all of us. Yeah.
I don't think this was a scenario where the DM is like throwing something that will just one-shot the party. That wasn't
Yes,
the
but I-
feeling
but
got,
I-
because this
I'm-
feels like a very forced attack
Yes.
here.
But I'm trying not to meta it. I'm like, in character, like, all we know that this is a god. What the hell are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
But,
Like, from a roleplay perspective, what are you doing?
At
You're
the end of the
smiting
day,
evil in the name of your god.
Yes, but we're not lawful stupid. At least Augustius is not lawful stupid. Benson is lawful stupid. Okay, he
Jason
charges
was
at anything.
okay. I'll
evil.
give you some backstory here because this happened before you guys were around. But Jason was essentially told by his god to kill this thing. So
Okay,
like,
well, Augustus doesn't give a shit about your life. Okay, he cares about he cares about Augustius because he can't help the town if he just suicides all he knows is this is a god. So like, why would I try and fight this thing? That's really dumb. That's really
because,
dumb.
you're on a giant spider and,
Yeah, you're-
and getting
you're
down
current-
takes a lot of trouble. And the guy who controls the spider is gonna fight it.
you're currently on a giant spider. We're all within 30 to 40 feet of
Yes,
this thing. and
I
it will
under-
take several rounds to get away. So how
I
does that inform
understand-
your action?
I understand the meta perspective.
But that's
Okay?
not even meta. Like even in character, Augustus can make the understanding of like you're not going to run away from this thing. Like even without the meta, like you are
Yeah,
not going
well,
to get
you-
far enough away from
I
this
think
thing
what
unless we're all
Augustius-
suiciding.
Well,
what
character-
Augustius
in
is
character,
probably
you're
thinking
high
in
up.
character is that perhaps with such awe-inspiring power on display, a negotiation would be potentially
Yes.
more useful and likely to
Yeah.
give you something. Give you something.
That's why I said I wanted to talk to it, but you are all dumb and just charge the thing.
Well,
Why
The
is my
charging-
character
the
the only
charging
voice
part-
of reason?
the charging part isn't actually delivered upon yet. There's only been a couple of like magic spells used, and they haven't
I
done
see
much
you
of any
thought I killed you.
damage.
Yeah, but the concern is, right? The
Mm-hmm.
concern is that Augustus can't talk because it's not his turn. Jason is going to suicide
There's
the thing,
an
no matter
open.
what. He's
You
not-
get
he's not
listen. Like I said, you guys strategize. There's a moment of silence where Versalin is looking at you but not doing anything. So you guys can
Okay.
talk, but you like
I mean,
you know.
you're-
There's a brief
Okay, that's
period,
good.
window of
Jason-
conversation in character.
No.
Can Fizz
Even-
cast message?
Yeah,
Even if Jason attacks it,
you
it
can't
doesn't mean
move
that a
Jason. You can
persuasion check
talk.
will work,
You can talk.
you know.
Okay,
Wow,
very
wait.
good.
Talk my way
talk.
into a better position.
Like,
Well, you. What I'm saying is, you can't. This is not full action, free action time. I'm just saying, you guys. If you guys want to talk and strategize, like, you don't. What I'm. What I'm not. Put another way.
We can in character talk. We are not here
Yeah,
to like.
put
He's not
another
giving us free
way.
spells.
Put another way. Versalin is looking at all of you.
Yes.
Perhaps any sudden movement would be a bad idea. Wink.
Yeah. Yes.
It just zapped
Thank you.
the spider earlier. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jason
for, like,
makes a
75
sailor
damage.
sign. All right, and then
Augustus.
says, because he rolled a bad constitution, and says, "By the gods, what the hell are you?"
Augustus takes a single step forward on the back of Kyle and does his very best to retain his composure in the face of such obvious and overwhelming dread. He puts his hands behind his back and says, "We all well know that you could eradicate us. So, tell us, why haven't you? What is it you want of us? Is it to toy us? To toy with our lives, to string us along? Or is there something you want?"
is anybody else piping up?
Daddies,
Yeah, go ahead.
my Daddies will use his psychic telepathy to ask Shoulder if he can make another illusion.
Am I allowed to respond to your telepathy? I don't remember how it works. Is it the same as? Is it similar to message?
Where was that again? No, I can. It's one way only.
Message back if we have enough time to speak openly. Shoulder,
But it's
can
not a
message
message. It's something else.
back. I know, but hearing the
Shoulder
telepathy,
knows how to message.
Shoulder can
right?
turn
Yes,
around
correct.
and
Yeah.
message.
You can use his cantrip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just use like a hand signal.
Well, that's true too. He can pretend
Well,
to be a rogue.
he was going to ask. He was going to ask what kind of illusion.
Or can
but
you do that again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you do
About-
that again? It would be more open. Shoulder will look at Versalin and he'll say, or he'll look from Augustus to Versalin and he'll say, I think I know what she wants. And then he will, while he's doing this, he will try to slyly create another spider. This time, how high up is this wall? Like, would I be able to see it from where I am on Kyle?
Yeah.
He would try and slyly create another spider. This one has Jeremiah on the rock face.
Augustus watches with one scaly eyelid raised.
So you're putting an illusion of Jeremiah there.
Yeah.
has no idea why.
Correct.
Ursulin would want Jeremiah, the spider.
He's not trying to give it to her. He's trying to make it look like Jeremiah is looking upon Versalin like Harry was. But he's not going to place Jeremiah in the same spot as Harry, because then it would be very obvious that it's an illusion.
Well, feel free to attempt to roll another deception check.
Roll well and use your inspiration. Oh my god,
shit.
dude! Another 22.
I think it was 24 last time, but yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
last time it was
actually
not
higher
20,
last
24.
Dang, man, your rolls today are... Wow, what a dumb god. What an idiot.
That's why I think we can take this thing, because it's something.
Shut up! No. Don't say that. No, stop talking. Don't talk.
I like to
It
think
has
Jason's
another
like,
disintegrate, one of us fucking dies.
I like to think Jason's like, oi, we can take it, and then he just gets disintegrated off the face of the planet.
No, actually,
It's bonus damage. It's plus
Jason
40 is more than
failed
the
his
health of like
Constitution check for
3
once,
characters combined.
And
Please do not
at
fight.
this moment, he's drinking.
Okay, you drink. Just don't talk or charge
Oh
it.
my god.
Jason already said, "By the gods, what the hell are you?"
Dude, I should have. If I really metagamed this and knew Versalin was coming or whatever this is was coming, I should have Bardic Inspiration myself and kept a second level spell slot so I could use Reduce on Versalin.
Okay,
and
so
make
I have...
Versalin really
It would have had
strong.
to pass the check or whatever. But yeah.
I have asked the god thing
Yes,
question.
you've asked it why it's not killing you, and Shoulder
Yep,
has
what do
once
you want?
again attempted subterfuge. The air will thicken suddenly, and a distant gong will sound where absolutely none should be. The gong will then increase, and eventually the sound of a church bell will be heard. These auditory hallucinations or illusions, whatever they may be, are accompanied with a swirling spread of something that seems to be thickening, a magical source, a font that doesn't seem to respect the presence of trees or walls. It goes through the ethereal nature of everything here, permeating it, sinking within all of you. Everybody trying.
This is. I'm not trying to identify what it is. I'm trying to simply identify if it is Jurgle-esque.
No.
Identify if this is fucking dangerous. And
There's
we
a thing
shouldn't be
about the
running right now.
turns.
You're in it, buddy.
As the green lights begin to coalesce, it is clear that Versalin is in the middle of spellcasting. Some sort of dreadful magic. And the only thoughts you can all have are to vacate as fast as is feasible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Augustus vindicated. Ah, I love it. Alright. Flee!
Jason,
Get
you can-
Kyle!
Shoulder will look and feel the magic spreading, and will say, and will chitter. Kyle, charge fast, backward, towards the owlbear, right
Hey,
now.
can I cross through here?
You can clamber up on top of them. It'll be difficult terrain.
Okay. Then that's what Jason will do. He'll try and get on over.
I can't imagine the picture of a 40-foot spider running away.
Yeah.
Running in fear.
Well, dashing
Oh,
is
is this
a
supposed to be a
wise
chase sequence? That's what this is supposed to be.
Dash away, flee.
Yeah, surely Kyle uses his dash.
Go, brother.
Run, Jeremiah.
Join the others. Do not
Run,
wait for me.
Okay, well, bye, Benson. I am not running back. None of us are.
Wait a minute.
What the hell?
What are you doing?
Well,
Wait,
well,
did Benson actually charge it?
Aiming the long sword now bestowed with the light of Lathandar, Benson will charge and attempt to make one piercing blow.
Not a very smart man.
Not at all.
No, indeed.
All right,
Well,
I
Benson.
swear to God, this is how Benson
I
dies.
imagine this is what you saved your inspiration for, but you might not even need it. Let's see.
Okay, let that
All
dog
right.
might be. Let
All
that dog
right,
might
buddy.
be paying attention.
Lathandar
Roll well.
courses through you.
Dude, let him inspiration the damage roll so he can add he can add a critical hit
I mean,
damage
that's
roll.
pretty high, though. That's almost
Uh,
max damage.
Sounds like you should roll it
Okay.
again for a crit and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it, please.
Unless you want to save your inspiration for something else.
I mean, yeah, I
No.
would prefer to save it.
Okay, all good.
All
Well-
right, that's understandable.
All right. So, is there some extra special bonus from your channel divinity from earlier?
It just makes a higher chance to hit.
Gives me a higher chance to hit. It doesn't really do anything else, which kind of sucks.
Why don't you give me a flat 1d8? We'll add that to the damage. All right, so
Just
that
about
is
4 points.
19 points of 15 points of slashing damage and 4 points of radiant damage as Lathandar's energy pours it through your blade. For the first time since arriving upon the field of battle, this black goat jerks backwards after being struck. Its blood, more like ichor, a thick green pustulent substance that coats your blade. Far more vile than any of the monsters or even demons that you have had the displeasure of striking. The thick miasma fills your nostrils, and then you're not quite sure if it's even that you're smelling or the pungent magics that are afoot. Since Three Crow is, of course, the pilot here of Benson, and he was probably one of the few who will recognize what is about to happen, I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw as the Circle of Death completes.
Oh,
Shit.
5.
that's not good. Time to use your inspiration.
Yeah,
Right
inspiration.
now.
This is the time to use
All right,
it.
this
let's
is
do
not
another
good.
con save, and we'll add that to what you've got.
There you go.
All right.
That was an at 20.
26. Yeah,
Okay.
nat 20, 26 total.
All right. Oh! Oh!
Nice.
Gosh!
Okay,
You
only 12,
barely-
only 12.
Barely.
Here's the thing.
make it.
That it's on save, he takes only half damage, so that seemingly
Cool.
low roll there. It
Oh,
only
man.
seems to push Benson towards the edge. You're
Leave?
maintaining your
Run?
bless from where?
Yeah, and I'm maintaining the blessed.
Of course you are. Of course.
Well, bye-bye, Benson.
Oh.
Man, am I happy to be on Kyle.
Yep.
I was even in the circle.
He's not.
Yeah, Kyle's not in. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
You
I
were
just kind of
you
wanted
were
to see
rolling
what
for fun.
happened. Yeah. I wanted to
yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, what the hell? No way.
You were like me earlier, just rolling for fun.
So, is this Benson really committing seppuku?
I mean, if you think
All
about it,
right, since Benson's doing that, Jason's inspired. He's not letting the captain die.
Okay, well,
if I die, I don't have to answer your questions about the horse. So
Yeah, wow, man, that's really Benson. Really proving himself a bad guy here. That's what
How-
I'm learning.
How so Narath of you?
he would rather like commit suicide than like tell the truth. Benson.
If I die, I don't have to talk about my chicken lips.
I would rather die than be metagamed.
All right, so
It's not metagaming. It's
so
smart.
the circle of death ends, and Jason noticed
The miasma is still thick in the air. You don't know what you're going to get yourself into by walking through that. But you vaguely see the form of Benson still standing through all of the haze.
Jason
We all get
curses
inspiration because of that.
in another language.
I think you all do get inspiration because of that, to be honest, including Benson. I think he gets his inspiration back.
Are we going
All right.
to? So are we going to the initiative turns, or are we? How are we running this?
We should re-roll initiative.
No, I like this initiative actually.
He says going next.
Yeah.
Augustus watches this in slack-jawed awe.
All right.
Of stupidity.
All right. So I noticed that Benson's gone, right?
You
But he's
noticed?
still there.
Well,
It's
it's like right after everybody made a mad dash. Fistjaw and the Steel Watch seem worse for wear after the whatever magics permeated the air. And through the haze, yes, indeed.
All right. Can I burn that inspiration I just got to get extra movement?
No, it's on a check.
I was asking for a rule of cool reason.
Well, I don't even know
I
how you
need
would
to
roll
get-
for how much you would get exactly, but
We can just say it's flat. Just enough to get me into 20 feet of Ursulin here.
how much would that be? How much movement do you
Like
need?
an extra 30 feet, right?
I don't even know what's happening or why. I'm just.
So my 30 feet gets me here. Wait, I didn't use all my dash. I got stopped because of this. So can I use that extra
Yeah,
20
sure.
feet
That's
of my
fine.
remaining dash?
You don't need to
Okay,
use your
so-
inspiration.
Cool. So we'll go all the way over here now. Yep.
Oh, I did forget
And-
one thing.
Fuck.
Steed.
Oh, he's in here somewhere.
The evil
He didn't
horse.
succeed the check,
The
so
horse is
he might
back.
just be dead.
Goodbye. Goodbye, horse.
Alright.
Dead horse.
Dead
The
horse.
horse is the true god.
Now the horse and Benson will have to answer Augustus's question.
So in Dwarvish, Jason will curse. That bloody fucking idiot. Always getting us all trying to get us killed. And then he'll cast Entangle. Oh, what? Why? Refund resource, asshole.
What happened?
He'll cast Entangle to try and get Ursulin without getting Benson.
Ah, clever.
And as he does so, he will offer a prayer to Umberly, saying, "A horror is summoned. So hear me now. Bind the bitch. Bind her. Bind her so I can drown her with my fucking sword in the blood of this fucking idiot."
There you go.
I know
And
he
then
just
after,
spit all over his
regardless
mug,
of whether that prayer is answered, Jason will turn into a squid.
Augustus will look at Shoulder, and obviously there's still like the miasma, right? So we can't see what's going on. We can
Not
just
you
hear
sort
Jason.
of can. You can hear
Oh,
and you
okay.
can see. It's like vague shapes, and of course Jason's jerky movements, and eventually give way to his squid form, and that's like a silhouette, you know.
Yeah,
and my
okay.
sword emitting 40 feet of light.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
that's true. Yeah. Augustus will say to Shoulder, "Don't even think about going in there."
As you look at Shoulder to say this, he looks very thoughtful right now.
Don't.
And he offers you no response.
I seem to have joined a party full of nitwits.
Yeah, but we
You
kill
realize this
gods
now.
and you don't, buddy.
I have the highest intelligence. Thank you very much.
You did? No, you don't. No, you don't.
You definitely have like 14.
No, Augustus isn't stupid. Jason and Benson are stupid.
Alright, Jason, end your turn. Come on.
Yeah. Thankfully, the DM is probably merciful, and this is cool, however stupid. So, So you guys might make it out. So.
Dude, imagine what would have happened if she used disintegrate while we were running away.
Yeah, I know.
And said she wasted it on a
I know.
illusion.
Thank God. Thank God.
The
was
miasma
the
thickens around Fistjaw and seems to incur 7 points of necrotic damage as he lingers
Fistjaw,
within the
no!
miasma, the field of death.
He can't climb over the branches.
He's a
He was
crocodile,
being
bro.
blocked by Jason.
Oh well. Now he can move. Run, Fistjaw. I assume the robot doesn't take damage because he's a robot.
He already took damage.
Oh, okay. Right.
Bang.
Okay, all right.
Can he hit from that far away? That's really far.
Well,
I felt it last. It's
he can
120.
tickle.
How do you even hit from
Feet
that
range.
far away?
It's 120 feet.
Oh wow, that's far as hell.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
He
Yeah.
could have hit from double
Hey, he
that
can
range.
reach the edge of the map for a reason.
that
Reach
is
out and
crazy.
touch
Okay.
someone.
That's crazy.
You smack a god in the face.
That's right, you
And
slapped him
tickled.
in the face. The form of your
Well, guiding
Eldritch
bolt
Blast.
actually is 122, so I guess I'll cast that.
See? Do you have more spell slots? I don't even know. Shoulder, you're up. Augustius up next.
I have one spell slot level 2, one spell slot level 1, and cure wounds.
Shoulder,
Unfortunately, I have to touch.
Perhaps, maybe not inspired is the right word, but persuaded with Benson's show of strength and courage, is looking from the skull of Pencer to the black miasma filling the air near them. And he is going to try and reach out on a quick mumble of a prayer to Jurgle, because he has no idea how to pray. He is going to try and place the skull into the miasma. He is then going to try to bring the miasma into the skull and fire it at Versalin, hoping the whole time that Jurgle answers his prayers, because he has no idea what the hell he is doing.
Well, there you go. Hopefully the gods listen.
So, just so I have this right, you are attempting to use the miasma against Versalin?
Yeah.
Wouldn't I
Or
just
I'm attempting to take it into the skull of Pencer, introducing it to Jurgle's magics, and then fire the result of whatever that is at Versalin.
Okay,
I mean,
well,
it's very creative.
it is very creative, but this magic has 0 soul in it, so
This is true.
I
You make
don't-
a good point.
yeah, like, as cool as that is, I don't think there's going to be any reaction.
No, it's for so many other things. I do think it would work, but yeah, not this. Damn. A point
But
for
we won't,
creativity.
because it was epic as an idea, we won't, deduct your action, so you can do something.
Am I tall enough to shoot without a disadvantage? My crossbow.
Yeah, I think what is it? The farther range?
Oh no, I can shoot 80 feet regardless.
Okay, yeah.
And
I think
I'm only.
basically
never
I'm
mind.
thinking for the future that for every 5 feet of like elevation you have, it negates 5 feet of the disadvantage. So whatever. If you were
That's cool.
10 feet up and you were attacking an enemy from 90 feet away, it would still be accurate. Basically.
Cool.
All right, so that does hit. Let's see the damage. All right, 10 piercing. Staggers Versalin a little bit.
He will then move out of the way to give Augustius the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Give Augustius the spider.
Augustius has never had a look on his face of just irritation. He looks regretful. As in all the events leading up to here, he just wishes he could rewind time. He cannot heal anyone from where he is, so it is, I only have a touch heal. So the only thing that he can do is cast Guiding Bolt, which I will do against Versalin. Because
Let's
I don't know if Jason's actually saying any of that,
No,
but he can't because he's a squid.
so he can't. You're fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just he's
I-
Twitch chatting right
Wouldn't
now.
be able to
that's all.
hear him.
Yeah, I
anyway.
know. Well, I guess this wouldn't give a single shit anyway. He doesn't pay any attention to whatever Jason says. Yep, level 1
Remember
spell
plus
slot.
4 from.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use a level 2 spell slot for this. So
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see it, Augustus.
okay,
damage, big
and I'm also
damage.
I'm
Show
using
us
my
why you're
inspiration.
doing-
I'm using my inspiration.
If you need it.
Because what if I need it? Whatever. Who cares? Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna do that because I have the plus 4.
That's right.
So I won't do that.
Well, you can also just use it afterwards if you do end up needing it.
You don't need to
okay.
declare beforehand.
Okay, good. Normal. Oh wow, that's bad.
All right, you
Good
do
thing I had a
hit.
plus 4.
You do
That
hit.
hits.
yeah.
I do hit.
Without the
All
plus
right,
4, you
cool.
would not have hit, but you do hit.
Wow. All right, damage.
Thank God for Big Kyle.
21.
Dang.
Ooh, okay.
Augustus, you know, for the first time, really, he looks angry, and he just he drops his morning star, and as the guiding bolts form in his hands, he just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 5th one he just hurls, just angry as all hell, woof, and curses both Benson and Jason with every fiber of his little scaly being. He just curses them as he throws everything at Versula.
And just like that, 5 bolts of guiding energy clashing into Versulin's hide. There's smoke, there's, residual magic spreading throughout it. It probably forces a couple coughs and chokes out of Benson as it erupts the battlefield in yet more plumes of magical energy. But at the end of it all, Versulin remains towering over you, Benson.
And then I will use Inspiring Cry.
Okay, who are you using it on?
I am going to use it on Benson.
Is it within
So-
range? I don't remember how.
It says as long as I can see them. That's what the description
Okay,
says.
it's a silhouette, but you can still see that it's likely Benson. So.
Double Inspire Benson based.
Yeah, I will inspire Benson. I will yell at him. You thick-headed Dota! You insolent oaf! Kill that damnable deity or get your stupid scaleless ass back here! Curse you and that stupid squid! You drunken degenerate fool!
Yeah, you're only inspiring one of them.
Yeah, I can't believe Shambler got a.
He's not inspiring Shambler, but he's just casting straight because he's pissed off.
Jason got a.
He had the same reaction as Jason. Jason doesn't want to be fighting God, but here he is.
Except when
Yeah,
you
but
told
Jason
us
is in
Jason
there.
literally wants to be fighting God.
Okay,
Yeah,
Benson.
you literally said earlier that he's gonna charge him
I
to
said
it.
out of character, right? And then the circle of death happens, and Jason has a moment to think clearly for a second. And then he sees, oh wait, the captain, the guy who I saved my life.
Yeah. All right, save it for later because
Several
we gotta go. I
times.
gotta go to bed.
Sure.
So Benson,
Benson.
please give me a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
You got an inspiration. I don't know how that helps you, but wow.
Oh,
he's gonna hit that inspiration.
Yeah, he's gonna have
Please
What's
re-roll that.
inspiration on that one?
All right, let's
Yeah,
see.
you got 2 inspiration actually.
Okay.
All right, dirty 20.
Well, it's actually a 23 because we're adding them together as inspiration as our own rule set instead of just replacing.
23.
You resist the power of Versulin's overwhelming miasma, but she gazes down upon you nonetheless. What do you do?
So, real quick, what time of day is it?
Well, it's supposed to be like midday, but the sky seems black, and the there's almost this faint semblance, this sensation that perhaps you are like the moon is out over you or something, but you sense that is trickery by Versulin.
So, bonus action, Benson would like to consume the sustained healing potion.
Okay. See how that does.
This fight is so long. I'm tired. I'm so tired, guys. I'm so tired.
The utmost savage of rolls.
We needed all the
Hopefully-
combat for the past 5 sessions.
That's right. It's all coming in now.
It's too much. It's too much.
So make sure you target
You
yourself.
guys did
with the
say
healing.
you wanted to skip the puzzle.
No, I only wanted to skip the puzzle for that session. Okay, when everybody was awake, I did not want to skip the
Well,
puzzle
the-
completely.
Listen, the puzzle.
Monkey
You
you
guys
want,
haven't even
Roll
found the puzzle
regardless
yet.
of what you
Yeah,
desire.
we never came upon the puzzle, so
Yeah, we never came upon
that's
the
waiting
puzzle.
for us afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
After we kill God.
So,
a god.
facing the towering foe before him, Benton will glance up, trying to find where he might believe the midday sun would be, and he will say to himself, Lathander, I will not stray from the path, the one that you have given me, the one that I must follow. I face a great evil, and that great evil will be felled.
The path that he set himself on. He chose this path.
No, Lathander
Right.
guided his hand,
Let's
obviously.
see that damage,
yeah,
son.
clearly. Hey, please be good.
So, in addition to the 6 slashing, Benson will pump a divine smite into this blow.
Okay.
Hit hard.
All
An
right.
additional 7 points of radiant damage as Benson's blade falls down upon the foe, almost like the dawn cresting over the horizon. A streak of light emblazons the blade, and making it even brighter than it already is from the channel divinity as the light sinks into the foe.
Okay. So, with that, please stand by for one moment.
Sorry.
And cliffhanger.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Immediately
Before I
quit
get
the
to strangle
campaign.
this bitch or grab Benson and throw him onto the back of the spider.
You have to drag him pretty far.
I have 10 feet reach and 20 feet movement, so I can just move right here, grab him or her, or throw him or strangle her.
Throw him far.
Throw
Yeah, I
him
can
far.
throw him that far.
No,
I've thrown people that far before.
Yeah, that's
So
what
I
I think he
could-
should do.
And I
Because
have an
otherwise-
inspiration to so I could probably make the shot too to throw him onto the back of the giant spider so he doesn't take damage.
Benson lands a natural 20, but Versalin says, Oh my wamo, Shinderu.
He just disintegrates him as he's in the air. Yeah. Augustus stands on top of the spider as the ashes of what was once Benson fall down around him.
That's pretty. That I feel like I've seen that in an anime scene before. So.
Yeah.
By the way, is she a fiend or undead?
She's a god.
You don't know that.
She's a god. Why be a king?
Oh,
when
you're
you
gonna
can be a
deny
god?
this man some extra damage?
She's clearly a goat.
Yeah, she's a god.
Yeah, idiot. Yeah, do you need damage against goats?
That would come in handy in this campaign. I feel like.
That would come in handy. Yeah.
Not for much
Divine
longer.
damage.
We just need a ranger, right? We need how helpful a ranger would be. Would he just like my enemy
My
type
favorite enemy
is goat?
Yeah, yeah.
I hate goats.
my type of enemy is farm animals.
Yeah. Mammals. My enemy is mammals.
I guarantee you a ranger has tried to rules lawyer that before. Okay,
I'm sure they have.
gentlemen. The fog starts to dissipate, the miasma dematerializing even before Benson's seemingly final swing with his blade, as if being cleared by the will of the gods themselves. Versalin's power almost appears to wane before you, and as the smoke clears, Benson has impaled the black goat with his blade. The creature wilts before everybody's very eyes, but not in a way that would reduce her to ash or to make her form any less impressive. Instead, the creature seems to become more haunted, more devastatingly dead, as if Benson has found its true identity.
He's 2.
Yeah, it's 2, dude.
Evil goat.
Ursuline times 2.
Well, there's the cliffhanger.
That's right.
No. No.
Augustus is
Stab
going. I just wanted to let you know, Augustus is gonna kill both of you. You're both dead.
You might not have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
They may
Augu-
already be dead.
Yeah. If Vincent makes it alive, he's dying.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. Augustus is gonna drag him back to the dungeon, strap him to a chair, and then pummel him with his little fist in the face for being such an idiot.
Imagine being angry if he successfully killed the Antichrist.
That's not
imagine-
the end. Okay.
I guess
Never
he
mind. I'm
says
not gonna explain
here,
it to you.
forgive him, and for he knows not that he has sinned.
Yeah, I guess this is like, I don't care if you killed every evil god at once. It's irrelevant to me. You're a moron.
That's why you're the bad guy.
yeah.
You're
That's
an
why
idiot.
civilizations aren't built by people like Augustus.
All right, are we actually cliffhanging this?
Yeah, is this a cliffhanger?
Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m.
It's now 1 a.m.
Benson did the unthinkable and did fatal damage to the first phase of Ursula.
Oh, first phase.
That was pretty epic.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty epic, but it's
Yeah.
phase 2, and
Well, just
Yeah,
think
we're
about
out
it
of
like
spell
this,
slots.
guys. It's phase 2, but you guys are level 3.
4, hopefully.
Copium, copium, holy copium.
Yeah, we're all out of spell slots. At least Augustus is out of spell slots. So
Shoulder's been out of spell slots for this entire
Oh my
combat.
god, we have a small army, okay? We still have the Steel Watch basically at full health. We have Fish Straw who's in decent condition. He took a
Dude,
bit
No.
of damage,
you
but
need to
he's
stop coping.
At
at
You
full
need
health
to
when he
stop coping.
started.
You need to stop.
I'm gonna
coping.
strangle this
Please.
I
bitch.
mean, this.
Yeah, okay,
Dog
well,
will have
you.
Your cope is showing. Your cope is showing.
Yeah, please stop.
And
If
we
all it
still
took-
have a giant spike.
If all it really took was 2 Benson attacks to get this thing down to the second phase, you guys are all cowards.
Nah, dude, don't
Yeah.
you remember like the 5 spellcasts?
Yeah, and 5 spell. Yeah, the 5 guiding
Yeah,
bolts,
this thing's a class
2
cannon.
Mithridates Eldritch Blasts, 1 Fizz Firebolt, and a max damage shoulder arrow that did 11 damage or 10
And a
damage.
really, really good roll from Augustus. So shut up.
What is that? That's like
Cast
1
on the
round of
screen.
attacks.
Yeah, 1 round of attacks that with if all of us had stood where you are, young man, we'd be dead. So
Yeah,
One round of one round of
fucking
attacks
dead.
that we cannot perfectly replicate because we are running out of spell slots.
Yeah.
I entered this position at half health and I'm still alive. I don't want to hear it.
yeah, you are only alive because you are very lucky, and for no other
Well,
reason,
you also
young man.
you did burn through an inspiration, gain 1, and then
Potions.
burned another one. So
Yeah, I gave
Yeah,
you
but
an
those are for
inspiration.
damage, not for healing.
No, one of
Okay,
them was to
there.
not die to the death thing.
When
Yeah.
did
You
Three
did-
Crow
you had to do
become
Constitution
Shambler?
saving.
When did Three Crow become Shambler? I don't know when this happened.
I don't know when did this. When did everyone become afraid of just stabbing the thing?
when it was a god and did 75 damage.
When it was literally a god and we watched it disintegrate something.
when said thing did 80 damage in 1 turn.
Well, okay.
Yeah, but
Oh my god!
When did
On-
you guys
okay.
think that Perniga would actually do that to a player character?
Oh my god!
I need this.
That's metagaming, bro.
I need this. I need this to be taken in exactly the way I say it. This,
Well, he did have it
this
hatch
battle.
from an egg and
This
not
battle
negotiate,
ends
so-
perfectly if we kill Versilin and Versilin happens to get a dying disintegration off on Jason Talani as a giant octopus.
Well, no, because
I
that
mean-
damage will carry through. So
Yes,
So he will die because he doesn't.
It
have
won't be
anything.
able to one-shot me in my
well,
octopus form.
well, if this is
Let's
fate,
Well,
can
that's
do
just gonna be
100
full health.
damage.
Look,
You have to
look.
deal double damage to me once I'm prone. Like
Okay,
you
well-
have to kill my health pool, right? Knock out the squid health pool. Then you have to knock out what's left of my
Look,
remaining health pool,
look.
and then you have to deal my entire health pool worth of damage to kill me while I'm down to insta
Yes,
kill
we
me.
we
Otherwise, you can
understand.
just get me back up.
We
So-
get it. But look, we're out of spell slots. This is phase 2 electric boogaloo, which means they're even more dangerous. And you morons are like, yeah, you know how
I
we got
can't
really
believe
lucky
the
the
electric
whole
boogaloo.
fucking time? We could do that again. You're so fucking dumb. I swear to
Benson
God.
decided to stay. I was gonna go, but you know,
No,
he's
Benson-
a brave man.
Benson wanted to have his
Jason's
moment,
gonna stand
dude.
by the brave
Yes,
cat.
Benson wanted to have his suicide.
I'm just gonna point out, guys, if you guys wanted to roll new
Hero
characters,
moment.
you could have just told me on the down low.
Yeah,
you didn't
you-
have to. You didn't have to
Yeah,
go through all.
exactly.
No,
I would
Yeah.
say-
no, guys, I
having
see it.
God
No, guys,
actually
listen,
Fucking
listen.
idiots.
Listen.
Level 3 fighting a god. You're so
guys,
stupid.
guys, listen, I see it. Protogo was complaining about how crazy 6 players is. This is just his way to get us down to 4 players. They don't get
that's
to roll
true.
new characters.
That's
They both
true.
die,
No,
and we just
no,
play our own
Wait,
campaign.
I get it. Dog
No,
lives
no,
to make a
you
character.
forgot
but
that
one of
those
these
two
idiots
characters
dies.
are being piloted by players who donate to the D&D coffee, so that's
Nah,
definitely
yeah,
not
they can
true.
never die. That's true.
Well, they can die, but they also get new characters.
Wow.
They don't. Their seat at the table is not revoked upon death. So,
I hope-
Okay, but here's the
Hopefully-
thing. What if Fizz just fog clouds us and we run away?
He could've done that. He
You know,
could've done
wow, that's brilliant. If only, anyone had listened to me and you and Shoulder this whole fucking time. But,
Dude, I hope that you guys run and then like Benson and Jason single-handedly wipe the floor.
you know what?
Yeah, we
I-
summon Umberly's Hydra
To-
and we
to-
kill
Yeah, you know
Versa.
what?
To,
And you
to
know
make
what?
it clear for the
I
people
salute
who
you.
are hiding on top of Kyle, this proverbial spider train is only leaving the station when we physically watch both of these idiots die.
Before we go, Pronogo, before we go, okay,
Fucking idiots.
I'd like to try and commune with Umberly in my mind.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen,
All
only
right.
if
What, do
Lefendar
I
and
have to roll
Umberly,
something for that, or...
only if Lefendar and Umberly both decide to shake
No,
hands
no,
and work in
it's-
unison. Are you making out
No,
of
this is your way out because I can still grab Benson and throw him to you and save his life, but Jason will not come to that conclusion on his own.
Well,
So-
You will not get all the glory.
message.
I'm not looking for the glory.
Post
If
in
anything,
your
that's me
thread what
killing
your
myself
request
for him.
is, and we'll resolve it unbeknownst to everybody else. So it's a nice little cliffhanger.
I hope Umberly tells
Also, I
him
will
no.
say-
Yeah.
if Benson ends up defeating the black goat and Augustius tries to be like, all right, now you got to tell me about the horse, he's just gonna straight up be like, I don't answer the cowards, bro.
and Augustus will not give a single shit. He's like, I don't. Your words mean nothing to me. You're an idiot. You're a moron.
No, he's a moron that
factually.
killed a goat, dude. That's pretty good.
That's wonderful. That's great. And
Dude,
more
any
power to
moron
him
can
if he
kill a
succeeds.
goat.
Yeah, Augustus goes to the farm. Augustus goes to the farm, grabs a goat, kills the goat. Wow, I killed a goat too, you fucking idiots.
No, this is a goat that used a level 6 spell slot twice.
Oh my goodness
That's
That's a
a
gracious.
pretty
until he
high-level
uses the
goat.
next
Yeah,
one.
this goat is kind of fucking terrifying.
I love it when people are like, you're a coward for not fighting this literal god on level 3. What are you, a pussy, dude? I can't believe.
And on that note, that's the end of the stream.